Hello, everyone, and welcome to our finale of Werewolf the Apocalypse, or our Werewolf the Apocalypse, just bumble it on the finale, of Bane and Blood. This is episode 10, Along the Forest Trail. So let's meet our trailing werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Avery, at Averydaboi on all of the social media platforms. I'm a partnerships manager right here on the Rolling Nomads. And today, I will be playing the Galestalker Philodox and number one dad since the Sweetwater.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Az?
Hello, everybody. I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today, I will be playing the red Talon Ragabash Timber. Fine.
Luna.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Jared by Night. You can find me at Jared by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch, where I stream Tuesday to Saturday. I'm the social media manager here at the Rolling Nomads, but today I will be playing Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Theurge, and Pack Leader.
Thank you, Luna. Rachel.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. You can find me over at the azurebutterfly.ttv. I'm also the production coordinator here on the Rolling Nomads. And today I'm going to be playing Plana Eats the Spiral, the Bonar Theurge.
And last but not least, Ramos.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gilbert Ramos, aka at Ramos the Nomad, everywhere on my social medias. I am the CEO and founder of Rolling Nomads. And today I am Elias Hardier Richter. I am a Rune Ghost Council.
Thank you. And I'm Huddy. For the finale, I'll remember to do this. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador and your storyteller this evening. Now, tonight, you all met with the Witch of Kudam, learned more about the dangers of this Shadowbane and how she believes the Garu will have a part to play in its destiny. You also made a deal with the witch in exchange for her releasing Lilette's leech daughter, Renata, from her company. Renata herself also paid for her part in using her extended Garu family for her own ends with her eye, as Timber needed an eye to appease Crow. Your pack leader, Lorelei, instructed you all to head back to the Sept in Potsdam. Most of you were eager to return. You all have people you care about in differing stages of injury, and the cairn itself is vulnerable, with the Berlin pack back in the city. Only you, Hannah, looked back, but Lorelei told you that you had a duty to the Sept and to follow the orders of your pack leader. So all of you returned to Monse. The werewolves still present here are Cascada Bloodmoon, Crookpaw, Death Takes Last, Hard Rain, Licks the Wound, which is Yasmin's Crackteeth sister, and Tiara Runs Without a Pack. And they, of course, are also all in varying stages of grief and injury. Elias, you race to Cascada's cabin, where Crookpaw is caring for the Sept leader, feebly attempting to give her water and to keep the sweat from gathering on her brow. She is still incoherent, and as you relieve the warden, as that is Crookpaw's position here at the Sept, from his duty, you pull a chair to her bedside, determined to only sleep if Gaia calls you to it, otherwise you will watch her for any changes in her condition. Hannah, you go right to bed with the intent that in the morning you will hunt for fresh meat to feed the cairn, and maybe grab Timber to get some assistance and maybe some other groceries that is sorely needed at the Sept. Sweets, you head right for the cabin where Marcus is still in his coma. You see your wife, Death Takes Last, in the bed with him, curled up in lupus form on his left. Your daughter, Tiara, sleeps in her Hamid form in another bed. Your two grandchildren have seemingly been dropped off, and they too are asleep, one in each of her arms. Maggie silently raises her head and indicates for you to come lay on Marcus's right side. So you shift to your lupus form and lay down, sleep taking you fast, but never easy. Timber, you seek out your sister Hardrain, who you find in her Hispo form, sitting at attention in front of the cabin where that strange woman from the soup kitchen is laying inside. Your sister rubs up against you and soundlessly encourages you to curl up and sleep at her side. You can't help but want to seek the comfort of your sister after everything that has happened the past few days, and as you shift to your lupus form, Hardrain crouches down to a laying but alert position and begins licking you softly on your head as you drift off to sleep. Hannah, you are the first to awake. You awake at one rage and full willpower. You're not the greatest hunter ever, but you do know a pretty good one. So you pull on some clothes and you head out to find Timber. And you do find her curled up in front of one of the intact cabins, nuzzling into the fur of her sister Hardrain. Hardrain sees you, Hana, and nudges Timber awake. Timber, you also awake at 1 rage and full willpower. And as you open your eyes, you see Hana standing there, surrounded by the dim light of the rising sun.
Timber, I'm gonna go hunt, get some food, make sure that we have everything that we need to feed. I wanted to come see if you'd like to help me.
Timber will hunt. Timber hunt, and then we'll see
And then-
how much, and then yes, hunt good. Hard rain join? No.
Hardrain yawns and says, "Time now, Hardrain, to sleep. I wait for Tiara to come."
We hunt. We hunt.
Yes. Yeah.
Timber bring food for hard rain.
I'll get the cooking once we get back, and I'm gonna shift into lupus form.
That's free action. And of course, Timber, you're already in lupus form. Would you like to both make me wits and survival rolls? And you can give me those results in just a minute.
Sure.
Because while you do that, we're going to move over to Elias. Elias, you awake at a start as Moorwalker shakes you gently in the chair you are sitting in. Please awake at 3 rage and full willpower, as you slept in a chair and you didn't sleep much.
Understood.
And Moorwalker says, "Wake up, brother.
What's going on?
I want to tell you I'm leaving. Got to meet up with my pack in Berlin. Did you sleep at all?"
Bits and pieces here, but I'll look over at Cascada. I wanted to make sure she's going to be okay. I want to make sure I don't miss anything.
You know me. I'm not a doomsayer. I'm a truth-sayer. Soothsayer, some might say. She's not doing well.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna do everything I can to see if we can bring that leech doctor here. But I need you to consent. Because if you kill him as soon as he gets on the land, that's not going to help anyone.
I don't know what to do.
Well, we can't bring her to a mortal human doctor. We don't know. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I didn't do so good in school. I don't know what they're going to see if they look at her. If she's different. If we're different.
Yeah. There's no... You don't have any other option, and she's not exactly coherent enough to give her say.
That's why I'm asking you. You see? You see how we can skip these steps? If maybe you got a little bit of sleep.
I just... Bring the doctor. We'll go from there. Better to have the option than kill it and then not...
That's a verbal consent that you're not going to rip his head off as soon as he walks onto the cairn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you, go get some coffee? Crookpaw's waiting outside to relieve you of your duty.
Thank you. Be safe.
Nah. And he leaves. You head down toward the mess hall. Crookpaw enters in as you leave. And we're going to move over to Sweets. Sweets, you're still asleep next to your son Marcus, and you're dreaming. But this isn't like the dreams you've had of events long past. You are very aware that you're dreaming. You're standing inside of Kunevald, a tragic shell of what it once was, overrun by decay and marked by wounds of corruption. The edges of the cairn are littered with fallen trees, their trunks twisted and rotting. A pungent, sour scent lingers in the air of death and old blood. You hear the sound of ripping flesh and ghostly howls as you make your way towards it. You step around the skeletal remains of fallen Garu, sinking deeper and decomposing into the damp earth. It is impossible to identify who they were in life. As you look up, you witness the spirits of these warriors of Gaia locked in an internal battle. The exact battle that was fought the day the cairn fell. All of them are covered in black tendrils that pulse and course around their features. Some of them are completely dark, while others' eyes flash in shades of red. You see Gentle Mary tear the throat out of one of the Get, only for him to rise and begin attacking again. You watch the same moves play out over and over. You hear Leah scream, and you turn your head to see her leap on top of one of the Get, only for her head to get sliced off by a silver sword. She then rises from the ground, head back on her shoulders, and shifts to Krynos, attacking once more. They do not seem to notice you. Do you say anything or do anything as you watch this?
I think there's a part of Sweets that has always acknowledged that dreams are just a walk in the Umbra. And he will raise his voice and he will call out, "Where have you fled, Crimson Howler? I'm here."
Your loud, booming voice may as well be as quiet as a kitten, as a church mouse. It does nothing to overtake the sounds of the battle happening before you.
Crimson Howler would go to Boar. So that is where we will find him and kill him.
As you go to leave and not interact with the spirits, you feel a very, very warm hand grasp yours. You look down at the hand and then look up at the arm that it came from, and you see Lilette. She is golden, bronze, and shimmering, and she smiles at you, and she says, "Where are you going, old man?"
To keep my promise to you. To all of them.
You don't have any promises to keep to me anymore.
You weren't alive for the last one. I told you I was coming to get you soon. I can't let you get too far ahead of me. You'll get a big head about it.
This isn't a dream. Crimson. Sweets.
I know. I know. It's time.
I need to show you something. Something I should have told you when I was still alive.
And he'll put a hand on her face. I would have followed you anywhere, and I will follow you now.
She starts walking, and as she walks, the cairn heals? No, that's not right. It doesn't heal. What's happening, though? The grass starts turning green, the trees stand back upright, everything starts going back to how it was. She's not healing it, she's going back in time. She's turning the clock back so that you can see something as you walk with her. The statues of the patron spirits rebuild themselves. The Garu glyphs become less carved out and become more apparent, more spiritual. As she walks you to the glade of Boar. Inside the glade, you see Marcel Nightmist. In his 20s, mid-20s, handsome as always, strong and virile. And in his arms is a toddler. A little red-headed girl. He holds her in front of Boar, and he speaks to Boar and tells Boar that at last he has his own family, and not the family that was forced upon him. And he begs Boar, he says to Boar that he knows that only Boar's blessing is for the chosen council of the Sept, but he begs Boar to bless his daughter, so that she may always come back to him, even if she's not Garu. And Bor acquiesces to it. And as you stand there with Lilette, you see the alive version of Lilette watching Marcel from just beyond the trees, with her keen eyes, as she always had, making a mental note of this exchange.
She can open the way.
Lilette turns to you, her smile incredibly bright. That's why I kept her close, Crimson.
Is it my fault that he ended up this way? I could have been a better uncle to him. I could have taught him better. How much of this is my fault, Lilette?
All of it. And none of it.
I wanted to love him better.
I can't help you here, Crimson Sweets.
No.
Where I exist now, I can see everything. Everything that ever has been, and everything that might be. Every possible choice and the paths that it leads to, I exist in all of them now.
When she kills him, will you take her hand and guide her?
I can't tell you that.
I need to wake up, and we will go. And we will save my friend.
See you on that far horizon, old man.
And we'll wait for Wolf on the other side of the river.
Hana and Timber, you return. What were those rolls?
3, no crit.
5 with a crit.
Okay, perfect. So, Hana, you get a couple of jackrabbits. Not that difficult, but Timber took off, and Timber returns with an entire adult buck. Or not adult, but a large buck is what I meant to say.
Perfect. That should be enough of what we need.
You turn into food for everyone.
Yes, we cook. I can show you how if you want me to.
Timber took out Buck. Hana take out. Hana be Magellan.
I'll be Mitch Ellen. Let's get back to the yeah.
Help Timber. Very heavy. Please.
So, Elias, you're in the mess hall. You are hunched over some hot, very terrible coffee because Crookpaw made it. And you're just sucking it down, trying to stay awake. And you watch Timber and Hana return in their lupus forms with fresh meat. And a lot of it.
Oh, thank God.
Hana's gonna shift back into Hamid form, slap the rabbits that she got on the counter, and help Timber with the buck. And she's gonna say, "Mine was okay. Timber did a lot better, but that's to be expected, I guess."
Hana get better soon. Just more practice. Elias, okay? Don't why drink that bad? Don't. No.
No, I just Finley's gonna bring a doctor.
That's good, right?
I don't know yet. The doctor is a leech.
Other no.
There's nothing else that we can really guarantee.
Why them specifically, though?
Human doctors don't cut it. We don't know what they would find. We can't risk that veil being parted.
So they keep an eye on him then. Hana's just like getting utensils and cooking stuff together. And
You're getting utensils, cooking stuff together. Licks the Wound enters into the room, or into the mess hall rather, and she just starts helping you. She doesn't say anything. She has an injury that she received from a Black Spiral Dancer that is not healing, but it's not nothing severe like Cascada's. She has sort of her muscle was torn by a errant claw, errant obsidian dripped claw, so she just has sort of a dislocated shoulder here, and she has it in a sling. And she starts helping you, and she just offhandedly says, would it be possible for someone to get some additives? I mean, meat is great, but, you know, vegetables, potatoes... Rice.
Timber, would you... I can't go into the city right now.
Timber can't drive.
We should still have some left over from the crop. If I'm not
No,
mistaken.
we don't. It was burned.
Fuck, God, everything is...
But you look like you could use some fresh air. Why don't you two go into the town and get something?
Town, and soon Lorelei be back look at arm.
My arm has to heal. You just have to wait. Don't worry, it'll give me and my sister some time to bond.
It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird when you say it like that. I'm gonna go get some
Well, it's
veggies.
fucking weird reality to be living in. But, I like jasmine rice.
Noted.
Because my
I do
name's
as well.
Yasmin.
That seems... Huh. Alright, yeah, let's go. Come on.
Go
So
get-
you and Timber are going to head out into the town, and I'm going to ask very carefully, Timber, are you gonna use Crow's laughter for this? Because I don't think Elias has a lot of money. You have money.
I have money.
Mhm.
I have money. I could use the money. I could.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I'm asking.
You need a fiver?
You know what? Timber will use money because it's important grocery-wise. So anything that's not related specifically to the groceries will be used with Crow's laughter. Like,
Perfect.
clothing
So
and
for the two
stuff.
of you, one of you not liking to be out around people, and the other one at 3 rage, I'll take a composure and insight roll from both of you, and whatever that is what you'll bring back. Sweets, you are awake from your dream. Tiara is not in the cabin anymore, neither are your grandchildren. They seem to be with her, wherever she is at the moment. And Maggie is here with Marcus. She is currently feeding him what looks like some sort of, like a gruel, like a porridge, like a very thin porridge, trying to get it down his throat.
Do you think he's gonna wake up?
I think that Gaia has not taken him yet, so there's hope.
We're gonna need to have someone stay with him. We're going back to Grunewald today.
Shouldn't you wait for your pack leader?
I'm gonna give her a call. And I'm gonna ask her to come back.
All right. Are you all right?
Maggie, she has the blessing of Boar.
How would she have gotten that?
Marcel, he took her to Boar when she was young. He entreated him, begged him, and Boar gave his blessing.
Why would he acquiesce to Lorelei and not our children?
Maybe he knew all of this is going to happen. Boar's an incarnation of Stag. Stag is a spirit of honor, but he's one of the Incarna. I mean, there are no wiser spirits.
Are you prepared to see what Grunewald is like inside now?
I don't have a choice. We don't have a choice.
Crimson and Maggie.
Maggie and Sweets.
Let me feed our son. You should go get something to eat. See if Hannah has made anything yet.
Maggie. I'm sorry for the way I treated Marcel.
Okay. It seems like something you should say to Marcel.
I don't think I'm gonna get the chance.
Unlikely.
I just needed you to know. The last thing I wanted was for him to turn out like Annihilator, and I failed.
Well, I think neither of us were so foolish to not understand that he was Annihilator's son. Just unacknowledged all his life.
We should have just taken him in. Really taken him in, I mean, raised him like one of ours.
He was 15 when he came to Quinnovald. Sweets.
He was a boy. He was a boy. And I beat him. And I scarred him with my claws and my fangs. He was a child, Maggie. And I put Fenris's marks on him. That is the one thing that I will regret when I'm gone. I made that boy what he is.
He killed my
But
son.
it's
I
too
have-
late.
He killed my son. And I have no pity for him, brother or not. Go get something to eat. Sweets, you will feel perhaps less guilty with a full belly.
You're right. And he'll take homage form, kiss her on both cheeks, grab his phone, and on the way to the mess hall, call Lorelei.
The phone goes immediately to voicemail.
Hey, kiddo. It's the old man. Listen. I don't know if you're ever going to listen to this or not. But I hope you do. I'm so proud of you. You make a lot of mistakes, but you own it. You chose this life that you're living by the way that you live it. And you're gonna lead this pack off and beyond the stars. I love you, kiddo. Hang up the phone.
You head out into the mess hall, and you see Hannah is there looking awkward with Yasmin Licks the Wound, Yusuf Crackteeth's sister, the daughter of Isafrost. And of course, Hannah is also the daughter of Isafrost, newly discovered. And Yasmin is a Shadow Lord. And she looks very critically at Hannah and sort of is judging her with only her eyes. You've seen Shadow Lords do this many, many times. They're experts at it, inherently. And she's just sort of looking Hannah all over and watching what Hannah's doing and saying, "Why are you using such a stupid knife to cut that?"
It's efficient. It's what I have.
It's a little red. Why don't you sharpen it first, that little red knife?
Do we even have a
Okay.
sharpener here?
All right.
You have
Well-
claws.
Okay, hold on here.
We can use our claws?
Let's just take a minute here. Yasmin, you're doing the whole Shadow Lord thing, and I'm gonna need you to tone it down, okay? You're not going to get any brownie points with Thunder for bullying your sister.
Hana tenses up when you say that.
What does Crimson Howler know about Thunder? Grandfather Thunder and Great Fenris Wolf. Famous enemies.
You're right. And if we're being fully honest here, the first Garu that did not offer an honorable surrender to Crimson Howler was a Shadow Lord, and I buried him in Central Park.
You are
However,
Crack Teeth said.
However, I have great respect for the Shadow Lords and for Thunder. I have never had a more skilled opponent. Now, you two need to fucking get along. And Hana's doing her best, and you're being an asshole. So can we come to some sort of middle ground here, or...
You are very emotional right now. Sweet. Did you not sleep well?
I slept fine, you know. But listen.
I don't know if you've ever been bullied, but this isn't bullying. Hana should just use a more efficient knife.
Okay. Show me which one to
No,
use.
Hana. No. Stick her back. No, don't let her treat you like this.
You should use the filleting knife to remove flesh from bone.
She will place down the knife that she's currently using and then grab the filleting knife. And she actually is like taking advice because she likes cooking. She wants to learn more.
It has a whalebone handle. It's very light and easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
And it is much easier to use. And she looks at you, Sweets, and Yasmin says, I am helping. It is not my fault that you don't know that. You should have some coffee. Wake yourself up.
Oh my god, listen.
She
Coffee,
is
sweet.
Sweets, she is so similar to Shukra. You had forgotten how much you and Shukra did not get along.
Sweets will walk over to the coffee, pour himself a cup, and just be like, Yasmin, I'm gonna ask you something and it might be a little uncomfortable. Have you heard from your mother?
No. Have you?
No, but I think about Shokra a lot.
Good for you. I think about both my parents very much. I haven't seen them in over a decade.
What happened to Dad?
I don't know.
He stayed behind at Grunewald. He sealed it so that no one could enter and none of the spirits could leave.
So both my parents are there.
No. Well, both of your parents, yes.
That's what I asked. Yes.
He's
It's
old man.
complicated.
He's getting confused. We don't have the same mother, obviously. My mother's was a stargazer.
She's out there. Yasmin.
So.
Look, I didn't like your mother at all. I thought she was kind of a cunt.
She was.
But even though she walked away from us, I would still fight to the last if I knew where she was to bring her back.
Well, I don't know if Yusuf already told you, but when we were in Barcelona, Chimera did not answer our call. We could not even feel it. So if she is out there, I don't know what she's doing.
I don't think Chimera answers any calls anymore.
It's not really important. So, when you're done using the filleting knife, you should sharpen the other knife so that you can get clean slices for the fillets.
So how do we use our claws to sharpen, though? That's...
So, have you ever seen those rough sticks and you rub against? Just use your claw, rub it around.
I would like to attempt.
Yeah, certainly you can. The coffee, by the way, Sweets, is the consistency of sludge and tastes about the same. Elias and Timber, what did you roll?
Go for it.
I got one success.
Yeah, you're not. Okay, well, that's 7 successes. So yeah, you come back with a variety of things: mandarinen, mandarin oranges, rice, bread, a bunch of gewürze, a bunch of spices, things that Hana can easily handily use to cook. And you show up there, and you see that you can tell that Sweets has already launched into at least 1 or 2 diatribes since he's been in the mess hall. You can just tell from the air in there that no one is speaking with him or engaging with him. Hana and Yasmin seem to be getting along. They don't seem to be like smiling at each other or, kikiing or anything, but they seem to be getting along in a general way. They're both participating in the butchery of these animals. And yes,
We're talking.
Yes, you arrive with a massive amount of groceries.
Oh,
The spice for the shake on top, vegetable, fruit, well-balanced diet shit.
Hana's already coming, like has put the knives down and has already come over. Claw's still out, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just starting to rummage through stuff and start.
Yasmin looks at all the canvas bags, because we don't use plastic or paper bags here in Germany, and and says, "Did all of this come from Crow? That is a one lucky spirit to have.
Yes, Timber knows.
You did good."
Timber knows.
And Hana, can you make me let's do wits and crafting. And if there's any discussion that the 4 of you would like to have in the mess hall, have it now, because we are going to take a little bit of a fast forward of time to feast, to eat, for everyone in the cairn to eat, and then we'll check in. We'll wonder why Lorelei hasn't arrived.
5 successes on a crit.
Yeah, so you get it going. You start cooking up knuddel, which you're using the marrow of the bones of the deer and stuff, and making sort of these weird Klößchen, rather. I don't mean knuddel, I mean Klößchen, which are these very disgusting bone marrow balls that I think are gross, but Germans think they're awesome. You start making those, and you start taking whatever scraps are left and making it into a soup, and you just go ham. You just go crazy. And Yasmin only has 1 good arm, but Yasmin is also helping you. And Timber and Elias, Sweets, and Hana, you can have any conversation you'd like to right now. And Sweets, you keep checking your phone. No one's getting back to you from, not Lorelei anyway.
Timber's gonna steal the coffee from Sweets because no one should have to drink what Crookpaw makes.
Mm-hmm.
She tried it once. Now tries to save everybody from it.
He does this thing where he fills it up all the way to the top and then only puts in half a thing of water because he doesn't really understand how it works.
So where Lorelei, where Pack Sister?
I called, she didn't answer her phone, so I don't know.
Any message?
Yeah, I left a message.
Elias, have you tried? Maybe more, not this, but
I can try to mind speak. I just need a minute to.
You all look terrible.
I mean,
Spend me a point of willpower and resolve and wisdom.
Absolutely.
While that's happening, Hana setting down some plates and stuff. I would like to take this opportunity. It's been a really shitty time. I need some levity. Hana is going to try to slip that note into Timber's pocket.
Dexterity and stealth. Yep. Good.
2 successes with a teeth if I fail.
Oh, that's a failure for sure. Because Lorelei at the moment is asleep. Third of the day. For no reason.
while Hana's slipping something into Timber's pocket, can I make a roll to slip something into Hana's pocket?
Yeah, make me a dexterity and stealth.
9 successes on a crit.
What's an awareness, Timber? Let's do that roll first.
One
and then we'll
rage,
do sweets.
because I slept in a bed, right?
Yes, excuse me. Yes, you're at 1 rage. Yeah,
Wits and awareness.
4. We'll get right to that. Hold on to that thought. With your failure, Elias, you can't detect if Lorelei is awake or asleep. You can just detect that you're too far away.
Okay. Yeah, she's not answering my calls either, and I can't exactly leave a voicemail.
What did you
So we have to
Timber?
hope she just shows up.
I'm out of range. I didn't know there was a range on this, but apparently there is.
There is.
It's okay. Everybody gets performance anxiety. You're getting a little bit older. It'll happen more often.
It's your mental
It's
cell
ins-
signal.
What is happening right now? And also, you're 106 years old.
You're right.
What did you roll, Timber?
2!
You don't notice? Now, Hana, I need a wits and awareness. And I assume it's the €5 note?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, to wait, eat. Timber very hungry.
You are all very, very, very hungry, as you
And
always are
Barney.
as werewolves.
Timber needs to get food to sister and the human.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
So this is the first time this has ever happened, I think. 0 successes. None. They're all blank.
That's fine. What are you slipping into Hana's pocket?
It is a note with a little jewelry box key that's taped on the inside.
And the jewelry box key is to what?
A box in Sweet's cabin underneath his bed that has letters for the pack.
Okay.
Inside of it.
All right. So that has occurred. Tiara and Maggie and the grandchildren arrive into the mess hall. They are also hungry. Tiara says to you, Timber, she says, Hardrain is sleeping, so make sure that we leave a plate for her, and Crookpaw's watching Cascada right now, so make sure we leave a plate out for him.
Timber will make sure that Daddy Crookpaw gets food, and we have food for Hardrain. Does anybody feed Marcus?
Yeah, Death Takes Last and made him some porridge or some shit.
Good.
Thank you. Is that kind description of my cooking?
I couldn't tell what it was. I was too far away. My eyesight's getting bad.
And
That's not what Old Wolf said.
Oh no,
Literally.
I'm gonna need a seeing eye wife. What am I ever going to do?
I think Hana's just smiling at all this because this is like just a normalcy now, right now.
And Maggie sits down, and the grandchildren sit down beside her. Shall we eat?
Hana's already setting on plates for them.
Sweets is gonna kiss each of his grandchildren on the top of the head and then reach in his pocket and pull a lollipop out for each of them and slip it into their pockets.
Maggie gives you a very stern look. They need to eat food first. Lollies
Look at
later.
the food group.
Not healthy, but
It's
Sweet,
very,
should say.
very rude. Look at all the works that Hana and Yasmin did to put into this meal.
Sweets will not. He says, it has to wait until after lunch, kids. Okay?
So all of you eat, you feast, you spend time just trying to enjoy some normalcy. And all of you woke up rather late as you arrived to the cairn, quite late. And the sun is starting to head down below the horizon, and Lorelei still has not gotten back to you, and she still has not returned to the sept. And as you are all cleaning up and in varying degrees of doing whatever activity, Maggie leans into you, Elias, and she says, I think that we should definitely check in on your pack leader.
She has about 30 minutes to make contact before I go searching the city myself.
You don't have to go yourself. I think we should all go.
I agree.
If something has happened, I'm quite familiar with those streets. More so than you.
True. Has anyone heard from Finley? Has he called anybody? Given anyone any updates?
Tiara pipes up. She puts a plate back into one of the makeshift cabinets here. And she says, he sent me a text message. He and is having his meeting with the leeches as soon as the sun goes down.
Okay. He's not... He's safe, right?
They all are. They're all right. They're
Good.
waiting at their rendezvous point.
Do we know where that is?
Yes, it's somewhere, some park in the Mitte.
Okay. Let's just keep our ears open.
Finley's supposed to text me every hour.
Thank you. I'm gonna check on Cascada real quick. Does anyone need me for anything?
We'll go check on Mate.
You head to the cabin. Crookpaw is there. He's seated in the chair, and he's doing his best to clean her up and keep her clean. He also has some of that thin porridge that Maggie made. Maggie must have given him some to give to Cascada, and he's trying to pour it down her throat, and it is just coming down the sides onto her shirt, and then he cleans it up, and he attempts again.
How is she?
I think if Gaia would just call her home, she would be happier.
We can't let that happen.
It is natural. We cannot stop.
There's not a single spirit I wouldn't face down to the very last to keep her here. We are not letting that happen.
That sounds like cult talk.
I'm sorry. I'm thankful that you're here.
We'll always be here for Mother.
You're a good wolf.
I have no response to that. The sun has begun to set. And still none of you have heard from Lorelei.
Considering everything, I think we should go look for her. I don't like...
We've our trash. No, nothing on...
My phone's still dead.
Good.
Sweets will just toss Hana his phone.
Is it a what is it, a flip phone, Tweets? Or is it an actual, like...
It's a slide, thank you.
Okay, that's marginally better. Hana's still probably gonna like have a little bit of a judgment in her eye, but she's gonna try to start like Googling and searching and seeing if anything's coming up.
Go to
Anything you
city.
find about Lorelei has to do with the death of her mother and stepfather a few years ago.
We should go. I'm preparing a plate for Crookball, and just we should. I'm gonna attempt to make contact one more time. If she doesn't answer, we should all head out.
Agreed.
I think you should save your energy. You're gonna need it.
I am in agreement. I am ready to go.
What does Old Wolf know? Old Wolf smells off. What is going on?
It's
Timber?
not my decision. We have to talk to Lorelei.
Then we need to find her.
Ember doesn't know what that means.
What was the last things that you did in Berlin? Where did she say goodbye to you?
Fucking Berghain.
And where was she going?
To the warehouse where we had you and Marcus put up.
Well, that's where we should start.
Sweets will say nothing more and take the wolf skin and start.
Elias, you leave a plate outside of Cascada's cabin for Crookpaw. Does anyone do anything, need anything from the cairn before are we to do it taking 4 legs, I assume? Does anyone do anything, take anything from the cairn before going?
No, Pinecone still has the sword, if I remember correctly. He's holding on to it for Timber.
It's inside of Cracked Teeth span, yeah.
Okay.
I think Hana is just gonna like chance awkward glances at her newly found siblings before.
Well, just one of your siblings is here. Just Yasmin's here right now.
Okay,
Cracked
just
Teeth is in
Yasmin.
Berlin.
Yeah. Taking Hard Rain some food and stopping by to check on Marcus.
Hard Rain is sleeping in the bed that Tiara was sleeping in, the bed next to Marcus. She's sleeping in her lupus form. You leave the food there on the bedside table. Marcus looks exactly as he did before. Nothing has changed. He doesn't stir. He doesn't move. You see his eyes moving underneath his eyelids, so he's sleeping. But he has been for quite a few days now.
She's just gonna look him over a couple more times and then leave, just to make sure.
You still don't smell any of that corruption. Yes, Elias.
Just as a note, he's making sure to bring the knife with him, the Talon.
Ah, yes. Perfect. Anyone else? All right. So all of you race off. Lupus forms free action. You race off. Remember, Elias, you're at 3 rage. Into Berlin proper. You run past Berghain. Head to the warehouse where you all were staying at one time. Now, can everyone make me wits and awareness rolls? However, Hana, add your wisdom dice to it for me, please. Just Hana.
8 successes on a crit.
Elias, don't forget you get an extra die.
Oh, shit!
Basically, Horn Serpent gives you an extra die for every fucking thing. 3? Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Papa.
And how much was yours, Hannah?
8 successes on a crit.
Okay, well, all of you race, and what you see is you see Lorelei in her Glabro form right by the open metal door of the warehouse. She's so in her sort of caveman-like form, and she's standing with Renata, and they are extremely close to each other, like faces right up against each other. And they are looking at each other with what can only be described as affectionate eyes. Hana, you see this, but you see something else, something that no one else is looking. On top of the warehouse and heading away from the warehouse, can't stress that enough, are 2 people. One of them is wearing a trench coat and khaki pants. He has a large sword on his back. He looks like something out of a comic book. And the other one looks like something out of the movie Nosferatu. She has large pointed ears. She has a shock of blonde hair. And she turns around as she hears you approaching, and she makes a very crude gesture of 2 fingers and her tongue as she takes off.
We weren't alone. There were 2 others. Just left from this roof.
Okay.
The cracked teeth?
No. They... Hana is just going to describe exactly what Huddy just said.
Oh, the fucking ugly leeches. Ugh, they taste the worst.
As that's occurring, Lorelei, you are saying goodbye to Renata, as we said, established in your little special session, that she needs to go feed. And you are still in your Hispo form, as you were in that with the encounter with Kasim and Adelheid. Now, do you kiss her goodbye or not? Because that is what she's sort of lingering and waiting for.
Okay. I think I'll.
You don't have to.
It'd be real. No, it'd be real awkward because she'll clock that and be like, "Oh God, I have to make a decision." And she'll do it, but it'll be like quick and awkward.
Little chaste kiss.
Still her Glabro form, so a little furry too.
Caveman.
Little caveman-like.
Caveman kiss.
Renata just smiles, and she says, Well, I'll text you, like you said. And, maybe we can do this again. I bet if I got even more of your blood, we could do it even longer.
Yeah, maybe. Although I was a little weird. We'll see.
It was weird, but it was really good.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're just like awkwardly standing in the distance watching this happen.
Yeah. But
Sweets is just gonna huff.
Yeah, do we hear this exchange?
yes, everything that I'm saying, you can hear this, and you can interpret it however you'd like. And Renata just says, "Well, and she puts her hoodie up. I'll be here. I'll be quick, and text me soon, Sabarin," which is the German word for magical. And she leaves.
That's so sweet.
And that is when you notice your pack awkwardly watching you from the shadows.
So as I'm watching Renata leave with this really stupid smile, I'll then notice the pack kind of in the same direction, and it'll take me a minute before I shake my hand and be like, "What are you doing? Hi."
Are we allowed to pretend we're here now?
You were missing
Yeah.
for quite some time, considering everything, and you weren't answering phone calls or.
I was
Telepathy.
taking. Oh, okay. I didn't feel any telepathy. My
Maybe if
phone
she
stayed
had your
dead.
blood, she would last longer next time. Okay, let's come on. Let's wrap this up.
Congratulations and all that. That's really cool. Who are the others that left?
Come in.
We
As
are outside.
Yeah, come in.
As your pack approaches, and as you look at Sweets, I need you to make me an intelligence and awareness roll. This is where you want to roll low.
Oh. Okay. Intelligence. Most of these dice, except all dice except for one.
You're
are
at,
rage
I
dice.
believe you're at 2 or 3 rage.
Four.
Because Heidi was pissing you off. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, that's never happened before.
yeah, Heidi
Ever.
pissing someone off? That's never happened before.
Well, you said I wanted to roll low.
Yeah.
I rolled 1.
Perfect. I want you to roll low because it's easier for me. If you roll high, then it's less fun for me.
No.
Rolling low, the strangest thing happens. That trip through time that you took with Renata suddenly becomes real again. And you don't see Sweets the way that you know him. Old and kind of grandfatherly and full of, wise anecdotes. You see him as Crimson Howler. You see him as the towering, ferocious man who beat Marcel relentlessly for years. And then it switches back. And could Sweets roll me a wits and insight to see if you see that look in Lorelei's face shift as she sees you?
Sure.
And for clarification, beating Marcel when they were Garu. When Marcel was a cub.
Mm-hmm.
1, you don't notice it.
All right, everybody pile in. We got some talking to do.
Apparently.
Yeah, we do.
That
Now
was
let's look at Hana. Like, yep. Oh,
Okay.
what?
Whatever you all think we need to talk about is actually probably relatively unimportant.
Lorelei, do you stay in your Hispo form?
No, I'm in Hamid again.
Okay, you switch back to Hamid, and you're at 4 rage,
Yes.
and you may have that conversation now.
Yeah, the 4-Age is definitely showing up as Lorelei clocking, or feeling like she's clocking an attitude from Hana. So she's looking at her like, yeah, let's talk. And then Sweet says, we talk about something important. She says, yeah. What do you have to talk about? So I was gonna head back. Why are you here?
Lorelei did not answer Weaver trash or the head knock. We worry.
Oh, that's sweet. No, I'm fine.
what I said outside, and you chided me for it.
So was Renata.
Okay, that's like we saw. More important.
Timber
Other
said I
things.
would grow back. I grew back.
It did.
All of you can smell in here the smell of what smells kind of like burnt blood.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Also, Hana, every pot that was in this kitchen is out and on top of every single stove top. It's about 8
She's
pots.
definitely. Yeah, Hana's kind of just like she's listening, but kind of like orbiting, looking at all this happening, and she's just gonna look to Lorelei and just be like,
She's got her
This-
things.
Okay, what do you need to say, Lorelei? Let's start there.
I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on Renata as close as I can, while still, doing what I need to do with you guys.
We don't choose who our hearts love. No one here has any room to speak against you. I mean, for Christ's sake, Elias was married to fucking Abreu.
"Yeah, I think the bar's pretty low there."
Hey,
Watch your fucking mouths.
whoa. That's not what I was saying. Hold on. I'm just saying, I think Elias has a thing for power. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
At least mine was alive.
Well, you want to say that about my son?
You know how I feel about your son.
No, please say it with your whole chest.
Let's get back on topic before we start talking about Sweets' sons and dead things and love. More important things for Timber to hear.
Sweets' sons in love, huh?
Leech
Anyway,
out at club. Moving on. We need to get to the fucking point, okay? All right, we just need to get there and have this done with. All right.
Lorelei,
Yes, sweets.
why do you feel the need to keep an eye on Renata? Other than the obvious?
Because she has. She's got a big target on her back.
Respectfully, how were you going to make that your PAX problem?
I'm not making it my PAX problem, I'm making it my problem.
You're a leader.
Your problems are their problems.
Hour.
Right.
I owe it to Lilette, okay? Can't let anything happen to her.
So this is penance?
I don't know. Sweets, this feels like the right thing to do.
I'm just saying, don't get your wires crossed. It took me a minute. You all showed me that I had my wires crossed for a long time.
At the mention of that, Sweets turns again into that horrific vision of Crimson Howler, and then back to Sweets.
What does Renata know about the Shadow Bane?
She was able to translate one of the journals that mentions it, but aside from that, she didn't really know anything.
Is there anything we need to forward on to Dahlia?
Probably. Keeping everyone in the loop.
All right, well, they're a little tied up tonight, so just take care of that as soon as you can.
Lorelei, Hannah said she saw people out on top of the warehouse.
Yep.
Who was these people?
There were other leeches. Like I said, she has a target on her back, but I took care of it.
So this place is compromised then.
It's been compromised.
All of you notice that in Lorelei's hand is a metallic wing. So, I will let you make the roll that Lorelei failed to make 3 times. Everyone,
Be better than me, please.
intelligence and wisdom.
7 with a crit.
That's enough.
seeks.
That's enough.
Oh, I got 1 in teeth. That's what I got.
That's nothing. All right. So as Sweets and Elias, as you look at that metallic wing, a memory flashes in your mind. You remember there being mechanical pigeons here. You remember speaking to a wool worker who had these mechanical pigeons. As you look at it, you have this horrific pain that falls behind your eyes. It's like being stabbed by an ice pick. It's terrible. But you remember mechanical pigeons, and you're wondering why you couldn't remember that before. But everything falls away as you stare at it, and you need to look away, or you're afraid one of your eyeballs is going to pop out.
Okay. That thing fucking hurts.
I have no idea what this is, but is it making your head hurt?
Yeah, pass it
Boy.
off to Crack Teeth. I don't.
Yeah, that was the idea. But okay.
What about Ilva?
She's got a lot on her plate right now. She's settling into. Yeah, Elva said that April did something bad, something really fucked up, and she went to go see what she could do about it and hide.
What?
Yeah, we need to take care of April, because she's gonna come after my daughter next. But it's not today. We spoke about it already. Get April out of the city, away from her machines, away from her concrete, away from her steel. And listen, I've never tangled with a will worker, but I was also not in as great a company as you were all in when I took out my first Nexus crawler, and you've already done yours. You guys we will figure out April.
Margot had wandered upstairs to where you built your pillow fort, Lorelei, and has come back down, and she says, Lorelei, why is there a pot in the middle of the bed upstairs with burnt out, crispy blood?
She was doing her weird leech thing.
Can we actually talk about that? Because I thought that was bad to get involved with.
This smells bad.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any air freshener, else I would have taken care of that.
What?
I mean,
What?
you guys literally killed my leech friends when you grabbed me and said,
They were trying to kill you.
Not
That's
friend.
different.
Not friend.
So if Renata wasn't trying to kill you, what was she doing?
She was showing me something that I needed to see.
Yeah, fuck all that. I'm gonna need a little more than that.
Yeah. I agree.
Showing me about Marcel, how he grew up, showing me that I can get into Grunewald.
What else did you see? And Sweets looks very serious.
I saw that he was just a kicked puppy when he was a kid. Not that it excuses anything.
Sweets, how close are you to Lorelei?
I think there's probably at least Maggie's between the two of them, but I don't think very far away.
Are you within arm's reach?
Probably.
So as Sweets speaks to you, you see that hand that reached out for Marcel, that grabbed him by the throat and slammed him on the ground, reaches out for you, Crimson's eyes burning into yours, and I need you to make me a Dex Athletics to see if you're going to actually fall on the ground, as vivid as this vision is.
Okay.
Renata did not warn you about any side effects.
Cool. They never do. That would be one.
Nope. And you watch Lorelei look at you, Sweets, with extreme fear and fall backwards onto the ground.
What? Oh, no, Lorelei. And Timber's gonna go help her up. What?
Sweets, I saw Crimson Howler. And I can't get him out of my head now.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't need you to say anything. I'm just telling you what I saw.
If you would have held on to that wolf paw, you would have become him. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
And if you keep speaking with Wolf, you will become him. Maybe that's why he haunts you. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for what I did to your father.
I don't... Now I don't know what I should say.
I know you don't want to acknowledge him, but you can't run from that. Just as much as you can't run from Elias Bleibtreu, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Tobias.
To be, yeah.
And fuck, he was a fucking Fomor. Fuck him, he doesn't deserve a name.
Yeah.
Maggie puts a hand on your chest, Sweets, as if to stop you from launching into another diatribe, and she puts another hand on you, Lorelei. What did you see, Lorelei? What does it look like inside of Kunavat?
I saw the past. Growing up in the Get, I saw him with my mother, which was very strange. I saw him talking to leeches outside of Bergane, and they're talking about the Shadowbane. So if the Berlin Pack isn't talking to them, I've made a mental note. And then I saw him at Grunewald now, or present day, telling Bor that he was going to find me, and Bor didn't look good. Present day is ugly and sad.
We need to go change that.
Changing that's gonna take a long time. We at least need to... I have a promise to keep. To Bor. If I can't heal him, then I will give him a gracious death.
Yes, what I was going to tell you all when I got back tonight was that we need to go there and finish this. And however that looks.
Maggie turns to you, Timber, and you, Lorelei, and she says, Mädels, which is a German Kurzterm for a girl. Mädels, the Loon Spirit gave you a gift. Did she not?
Yes.
Yes,
Sure.
Timber's friend gave gift.
What are the chances that you think you could call upon the Loon Spirit while we're in Kunavat?
Timber always talks to Moon.
Right.
I like to say I have a nice relationship with the moon, too. It's worth a try.
Maggie, you don't... It's not possible anymore.
You don't know that.
Don't you think we would have tried?
Maybe we didn't try hard enough.
Maybe when became Sweets forgot how to talk to the moon.
No, I want to believe it.
Believe what exactly?
It's not important unless it becomes important. She looks at you, Sweets, and says, Am mindestens müssen wir Boar retten. We must save him.
We made promises. Now it's time to deliver. It's been too long since I've seen my old friend.
Do you know if there's anyone else there, Lorelei? Did you just see Marcel, or did you see any other get?
I just saw Marcel.
Then maybe there's a chance.
The incantation that Aziwas used, it shouldn't let anyone else in other than Marcel.
No, he would have to lead them in, just like we always had to lead new people into the cairn.
Yeah, but this is what Aziwas did. It was different, Maggie.
Did you see Aziwas in there, Lorelei? Did you see anyone in there besides Marcel?
No, just Marcel.
And Lorelei lead pack. Timber's gonna bump into Lorelei.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to go. We can't keep dancing around this anymore. I need to confront my father.
Lilette's with you. She came to me in a dream. A dream that wasn't a dream. I saw what you saw. I saw Grunewald as it is now. And I saw a piece of the past. Your father taking you to Boar. And Boar gave you his blessing, Lorelei. And I know you don't know what that means. Maybe that's why we fell. Because Marcel had convinced Boar to give his blessing to you. So you have to lead us back in.
Okay. I will.
Then we go. We finish this now.
I'm ready. Everyone else is, unless anyone else has anything to say.
Stay close to me. I can... You'll need to lead, but stay close to me. All of you. What we're about to see there, this battle. These spirits have been tainted by the Shadow Bane. I saw it.
What else did Old Wolf see?
I saw the endless war they've been fighting inside of the ward that Eyes of Frost put around the cairn. None of them have found rest, and they have become blighted by whatever is happening with the Shadowbane. I don't know what we're walking into because I don't know what it has done to the spirits of these Gaian warriors.
Still gotta try.
What I'm saying is everything I know goes out the door here. There's no precedent for this. I've done everything for you all that I can do.
We'll figure it out together.
Yeah. Elias, you got a minute?
Yep.
All right. The rest of you take a minute. I need to take a walk with the Wyrm foe.
Timber's just staring at Sweets. Just is gonna wait until Maggie's free to talk.
Hana's kind of just sitting in like a little kitchen area, watching and listening to everything that's kind of happened. There's a bit of a look on her face, but she's just kind of going to keep quiet for now.
I think with everyone dispersing into different conversations, Lorelei will take a moment to sit down and take a breath.
I think Sweets will just walk with Elias outside. just say, of all of you, I feel like I've done the least for you, Elias. There was so little to do. I mean, it wasn't like the rest of them. You'd been Garu for years. You knew what you were doing, you were strong. You followed your instincts. You had the primal urge. That's what we used to call it back in the day.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm doing fine, Sweets.
You're so full of shit. Your mate's back at the cairn dying, and you're running around out here thinking that it's going to be enough to distract you, and it's not.
I am a soldier of Gaia.
Stop it. Stop. That's a truth, but it's a truth you hide behind.
Right now, it's the only one that matters.
No, it's not. Acknowledge your fear. Say it out loud. I want to hear what scares you. Letting it out. It's like a poison. Draw it from the wound. You have to confront it. You have to fight against it. So I ask you again, as your Philodox, speak your fear.
We're failing. Every step of the way we are failing. We are failing forward, but what does that mean if we continue to fail? We are failing, Sweets. Every small victory comes with too much of a cost. You're absolutely right. I am a worm foe away from his cairn, while his mate lies dying, following a pack leader who speaks with wolf and sleeps with leeches. We are failing.
Would you make me a Hougloss check, please, Elias?
That would be 4 successes.
That's the exact amount that I needed. You are not going to gain a point of Hirano. But you feel that extra spicy werewolf depression hit you like a ton of bricks. You feel incredibly hopeless.
We're failing. Everywhere I look, and this war for Gaia is, every before you, every old wolf I spoke with was on the precipice of saying, we're losing this battle, and I was maybe young and naive, but they were losing the battle, but my generation, me, I would come in and we would win. We would swoop in and take this by storm, and we would fix it with fang and claw and the gifts of spirits. But we're losing. I'm hoping that a leech can save my mate. Some creature, some foul fucking abomination of the worm holds my mate's life in his hands. And at the end of it all, if he succeeds, if I get to keep the one thing in this life that actually makes it worth living, I get to shake his hand and say thank you. No. We're failing. And it's not okay.
Let me give you this last bit of secret knowledge that I have, Heart Eater. Your mind has been tainted. And it breaks my heart as a Philodox and keeper of the traditions to say, we were wrong. The people who shaped your mind, the people who showed you how to fight this war, they were wrong. Son, look at me. They were wrong. You are not what they made you. This war is failing because everyone is trying to fight it the same way that we have been fighting it for thousands of years. It used to be kill leeches on sight. Now, a leech could save your reason to fight. They saved my son. My daughter's becoming a mage like April. Something we're supposed to fight against. But if you think there's someone less loyal to me and to my legacy than Ilva, you're wrong. We're failing because we're trying the same failing tactics over and over again. So if you need leeches as bedfellows to win this war, let the future Garu decide what to call you. If they'll call you traitors or not. At least they'll be alive to call you something. Do you understand me? There is no blow too low. Humble yourself if you must. There is no need for this pride that you carry. Pride doesn't win wars, it loses them. And the Garu Nation was prideful.
You asked me to confess my fears, not my pride. None of this is pride. What could I possibly have to be proud of, Sweets?
It's not your pride that you carry, son. The sept of the Blood Fist's pride. Set it down. You've been gone for so long. Cascada Blood Moon is the only Arun that I have ever met that understood. Any tool we can use, any ally we can make, so long as it is not a spirit of the Wyrm. And even if it is a spirit of the Wyrm, wars have inside men, as long as it is not Wolf. Keep fighting, Elias.
What lines? What lines should I cross? Because speaking with Wolf is a line. Dancing the spiral is a line.
You're right. They should be your lines. But again, anything. The Garu of tomorrow might have choice words for old Sense the Sweetwater. But they're alive because of the choices I made.
I am tired of losing. And I am tired of being a pawn.
Well, tuck your chin in, because you've got a lot more hits to take.
Moving inside, Timber, you wanted to speak with Maggie, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, she is on edge. You've known Maggie not long, but you've known her never to be very confident and almost sweet in nature, sad in certain aspects, but she is on edge. She's jittery, she's nervous. You've never seen her like that. You didn't see her like this when she was fighting Black Spiral Dancers.
Timber would like to know what is going on.
We are going to Kunevald to attempt to end the life of Marcel Nightmist and hopefully save the spirit of Boar.
No, yes, that plan. The moon, the silver light, the Old Wolf talked about it.
God, you don't even remember the moon bridges, Timber?
Yes. There was a time that Luna would open her passages up for us to travel between septs. The sept where I come from exists in the Umbra, travels there via Moonbridge. They fell when the nation began to shatter. I suppose I'm hoping for a miracle, Timber. Because I have a sneaking suspicion, based on everything that I have heard, that there's no saving Grunewald. Not the way that it was.
Timber has learned that things do not stay the same. Ever. Things change and change. But as long as Timber has tact, has hope, change enough to make it better.
You are very wise. As Ragabash tend to be, just unconventionally. Falcon flies above it all, sees much. Something is telling me that the fight for Grunewald will be the legacy of your pack, but not until you are all as cray as my mate.
Timber will see.
Yeah. Lorelei and Hannah, is there any conversation that you'd like to have?
Yeah, I think after taking a breath, Lorelei will look up at Hannah and see the face that she's making and say, what's the matter?
As a note, Hana's kind of more like she's staring in that general direction, but it's more like that 10,000 yard stare. And she's gonna just all of this, everything that's been happening these past few days.
Yeah, it's been pretty shitty.
Yeah, and I found out not only my mom is in Grunewald, it's also my dad, too. Both of them are there. I just... How... I want to do something. I want to save them. I've never even met them, but... I don't know, maybe I can... Maybe doing this will prove myself. Maybe...
Prove yourself?
That I survived? That I'm worth it? Here?
Hana eats the spiral. You prove that you're worth it by living. Every day. You don't have to prove anything to me or your pack. You have nothing to prove to anyone but yourself, and if you feel like you have to prove something to yourself, then there's something deeper going on.
Yeah, maybe there is. I just feel myself drawn to this, drawn to that, drawn to save them. I just want to make sure it's done.
Maggie will insert herself as she hears your conversation and say, part of being in a pack, Hannah, is about found family.
Yeah.
The Sept is your family, your pack is your family. You have nothing to prove to the dead.
Maybe I just want to see them too.
I can guarantee that whatever we're going to see in Grunewald is not who they were. It is echoes. And if my mate is correct, they are corrupted echoes at best.
Do you know what happens when we free them then? What might?
She falters in her stoicism and says, I am unconvinced that we will be able to help them today.
Well, we can try.
And we keep fighting.
You are very young. The life of a Garu is short and it is violent. You will always be fighting.
How do we know exactly who the right enemies are? And she's going to look to Lorelei as she says this. What's a good leech? What's a bad leech?
Those are things for you to determine for yourself, Hannah. No Philodox can tell you that. And when we are not in a time of war, which is quite a rare occurrence, you can challenge Lorelei for leadership, should you feel so strongly about getting rid of leeches. That is our way.
Yeah.
Maggie puts 2 fingers in her mouth and she whistles. And she says, Jungs, sind wir bereit? Speaking to Elias and Sweets. Boys, are we ready?
I think just the last thing Sweets will do is reach into his jacket pocket and pull out a small wooden box and put it in Elias's hand. It's a human convention. I don't really understand it.
What is this?
That's the ring I gave to Maggie when we got married.
I can't take this.
You can.
No, this is something that you should give to your son.
I had given it to Jurgen already, and now I'm giving it to my son again. Don't be a dick. Come on.
Sure.
Maggie shifts down to her lupus. I assume Lorelei, Hannah, and Timber follow suit.
Yep.
Sweets and Elias. Now, I am going to take a venture guess that Sweets and Maggie are going to lead simply because they know the way to Kunavalt the best. So you race out into the night, away from the city lights, and toward the mountain ranges of the Mugelberg, which is where Kunavalt is located. Again, come across that horrifically sickly, corrupted, heavy-weighted air that you remember from when you buried Lilette. It's horrible, almost painful, definitely unpleasant. But as you approach the area to where she was buried, the area where all of you are more familiar, prepared for entering into the cairn, you see that there are some vehicles that are here. They are not pickup trucks, as that is not a common sight here in Germany, but they are sports utility vehicles. And you see a few men lingering around them, lingering on the hoods, and it doesn't take you much time to determine that they are Garu, and likely Marcel's men. They have their lights on, facing into the cairn, and they are just sort of, what we would say, hang on. They are just sort of hanging around.
I would, if no one has any objections, I would like to spend a point of willpower to extend camouflage to the assembled Garu.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be a 5 dice penalty to awareness checks to CS.
3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are the vehicles running? Like they're waiting for something, or?
No, they just have the lights on.
Okay. Because I could kill the lights. Because I could kill the vehicles.
Though then they might know that somebody's there.
That is still,
Like, strategy.
even with the 5 dice penalty, that is still a crit +1. Not brutal. So, Lorelei leads the way. She must become Hamid to lead you into the cairn, because she must physically touch you. Just as Sweets, you did this many times when you were Crimson Howler and blessed by Boar. Of course, Swence the Sweetwater has never been blessed by Boar. You would, when your children would leave and go to school, they would come to the edge of the cairn, you would go out and you would meet them, and you would bring them into the cairn, bring them into the house. They were never able to leave or come and go from the cairn at will. They needed guides, right? And so, Lorelei, you become Hamid, you take Sweets' hand, Sweets takes Maggie's hand, and so on and so Maggie takes Timber's hand, and so on and so forth, and you all start making your way into the cairn unseen. However, one of them, who's sitting on the hood, using penumbral senses, can see you. And he immediately jumps up onto the hood and begins shouting as he rapid shifts to his Hispo form and begins shouting into the night that intruders, they're here, Garu are here. I'd like everyone to roll me 1d10, please.
8.
Same.
5.
6.
Baby, you're muted.
9? Is that 9? Your fingers are disappearing. Okay. So, Sweets, you are going to be the first to act here. We'll say that you were the caboose of this train. And you hear the shouting. You hear what's happening. You know your camouflage has failed. What do you do?
We're through. We're into the cairn.
You are not. Lorelei is. Hannah is. And Timber is. You, Maggie, and Elias are not.
In that case, Sweets will try and just start pushing everyone through.
Okay. So your decision is to continue onward and not do anything. Great. Perfect. The man who is, that is a lot of successes, the man who is screaming has alerted someone who was inside the car. He steps out of the SUV, and in his hand is a very, very similar looking cylindrical weapon that you saw shoved into Lilette's neck when you discovered her corpse. He has it in his hand. He throws it like a javelin. He throws it exactly directly at you. You're in your humid form at the moment. It's going to slice you right through the stomach and pin you onto the soft ground here at Kunewald. You are going to die very quickly if you don't shift now.
They made their bed. It's time to lay in it. Krenos.
We'll get right to that. At the moment, you are bleeding out onto the ground of Kunewald. Elias, you see this happen. What is your action?
Rapid shift to Krenos.
2 rage checks, please.
Absolutely.
You are sitting right now at 3 rage.
2 successes.
All right. Rapid shift to Krenos. You may take an action as well.
Excellent. We're going to... How many of them are there?
There is in total 5.
Copy. Oh, okay. I'm going to use Spirit of the Fray.
Mm-hmm.
And then it lets me divide amongst the people.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or not divide amongst the people. It's rather than dividing amongst the people, I can take separate attacks against them, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. So make me a strength and brawl.
For sure. Okay, so we're at 3 rage. Counting dice.
While you do that, Maggie is also going to shift to Krynos. She's sitting at 1 rage. She's going to fail both and sit at 3 rage. She's shifting to Krynos. She doesn't have rapid shift, so that's her turn. Lorelei, you notice now that half of your pack, or almost half of your pack, is missing now as you enter into the cairn and see it for exactly as it is. Rotting, infested with corrupted spirits. I need to know what you're doing, if you're going back out for them, or if you're continuing on without them.
I was opening a book to check if Curse of Aeolus is centered on me or not.
You mean Curse of Aeolus, you mean?
Aeolus, yes, sorry.
No. I mean, it comes from you. It comes from a fog spirit that you call upon. But no, it extended outwards.
Excellent. So I will go back.
You will go
and
back.
I will not abandon my pack. And
All right.
I will use Curse of Aeolus on where the get are centered.
All right, semi-point of willpower, resolve, and glory. Hana, what are you doing? You're inside the cairn.
And there's nothing else I can do to go
You
back outside.
see corrupted, black tendrilled spirits fighting. Everything smells like rotting, decay, and death. It is horrible in here, but you see Lorelei exit the way you came, and you hear all the commotion happening in the parking lot. Of course, you saw all the people in their SUVs.
Okay. Knowing what we could be going into and what we've fought before, gonna go into Krynos form and then follow her back out.
Okay, you have rapid shift, so 2 rage checks, and then give me your action.
Both are successful.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, as soon as I exit, is there anybody like near me?
No, not like, they're all around their cars still.
I'm gonna just start sprinting towards the nearest one, and I would like to just like attack them with my claws.
Okay, so do a strength and brawl. You get 2 extra dice for your claws. Elias should also remember that. Timber, what are you doing?
Timber's wondering where Marcel is. Because
You
all
don't
his
see
men
him
are
here.
outside. Okay.
What you see is a battle of black tendrilled spirits at the moment, is all you can see.
Yeah, Timber can't take that on alone.
They don't seem to
So-
notice you at all. They pay you no mind.
In that case, Timber is gonna go further in, actually.
All right, you may make me a wits and awareness. Backing up to Sweets. Sweets, you're dying. What is your action?
Krynos. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck it.
You may make me those 2 rage checks to go to Krynos, and then you also will need to heal. Your entire track at the moment is filled up now with aggravated.
I can't. I rolled fangs. I only have 1 rage.
Then you do not. Then you don't shift to Krynos. However, you can take a point of Harano or take a point of Hoglosk and give yourself 5 rage.
I think being so close to Crimson Howler, we're gonna tick a Hoglosk box.
All right. So once again, you may make me those 2 rage checks.
2 successes.
Shift to Krynos, and you may heal, and that will be the entirety of your turn. That thing will still be in you, but you can at least not be bleeding out.
Healing is
1 rage check to clear 2 aggravated.
Success.
All right. So however many health boxes you have, you may remove 2 of that aggravated damage. The rest of it is still full of ag. Elias, what did you roll?
So I finally got Spirit of the Fray. It's 1 rage check per additional opponent. I made all those rage checks.
Okay.
was able to make 3 of them, and then failed the last 2.
Okay.
So it is a single attack roll applied to every opponent engaged.
Correct.
So in this case, additional 4. So 4 opponents. 8 successes.
8 successes. Perfect. Hana, how many successes did you roll?
5 successes on a crit.
Perfect. All right, so Lorelei, you watch Timber. No, not Timber. Elias and Hana go in with teeth and claw. Elias moving quick and fast, pulling them all in with spirits of the fray, moving rapidly from one opponent to the next. You watch Maggie in there as well. Maggie and Hana sort of tag team one of these Garu, but they are Garu, and they are going to heal as they fight. Now, Lorelei, what was your intention? Please remind me. The Curse of Aelus, is that correct?
Yes.
For awareness. Perfect. So I'm going to make a general roll. And how many successes did you get?
6 on a crit.
Okay. I don't know if they're going to beat that. Well, this is not the day for me to be rolling really well. They rolled 8 successes, so they are still going to be able to see their opponents. So, let's go. They're going to do their healing. Hang on. I need to switch out some rage dice. It's fine. This is really good. I'm rolling really well. That's bad. Usually when we do encounters, I roll really terribly. I rolled a brutal outcome. Let's see who that's for. Even with that Curse of Aelus and that awareness penalty. All right. Well, Mr. Elias, as you are racing here, there, and everywhere, one of them leaps up with a brutal outcome and knocks you to the ground, kicks you headlong in the stomach, and knocks the wind out of you in your Krynos form, gets on top of you, and chomps down into your neck. Please take 4 points of aggravated damage. Timber, what did you roll?
I rolled 4.
4 successes. You travel through the cairn. You see the spirits. You see someone. You don't know who these spirits are because you don't know who they were in life. You see one who looks incredibly similar to Cascada. For a second, you swear it's Cascada's ghost fighting here.
Didn't she see the picture when she raided the cabin?
Yes, and that's when you realize that this is Cascada's sister, who you've heard is named Mary, or Gentle Mary, as Crimson has called her. You see that she doesn't pay any attention to you. She doesn't know who you are, and she continues on fighting over and over again. You watch her get sliced down. You watch her stand back up again. You watch her take down another enemy. That enemy stands up. This has been going on for over a decade. Over and over and over again, and all of their spirits are becoming corrupted. Mary's eyes flash between the brown that you know from Cascada and bright, bright red. With 4 successes... I don't want to do this. With 4 successes... Come on, roll low. Nope, okay. Well, with 4 successes, you hear a crunch right behind you. And then you feel an incredible pain, searing pain in your back. And you look down and you see that a silver sword has been sliced into your side. And we'll come right back to that. Sweets, are you going to get that silver out of that? No, well, it's not silver. That metal, strange metal contraption out of your body.
Yeah, and I'd like to throw it back at the motherfucker who threw it at me.
At the moment, that motherfucker is tearing into Elias's throat. So, here's what I need. I need a strength and athletics, and then I need a composure and melee. Can you remember those 2 rolls?
Athletics, composure, melee.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Lorelei.
Yes.
Or no, excuse me, Elias. Would you like to heal?
Yeah, that's, it wouldn't take up the full action, correct?
No, that's at the top of your turn. 1 rage check for 2 ag.
Sick. Fail. my rage.
So you just reduce your rage to 4. You still heal. And we're at a contest of wills now. I need a strength and athletics from you to get him off of you.
Copy.
Sweets, what were your rolls?
4 successes on strength and athletics.
That's enough. I needed 3 to get that sword out of you. It's not a sword, but I don't know how else to describe it. A lance? Does that make more sense?
Yeah. And a brutal outcome for the composure and melee.
Perfect. Don't want to roll a brutal outcome when you're trying to do something specific. You want a brutal outcome when you're trying to knock down a building or trying to tear into someone. When you're trying to do something really specific, like throw a lance in a perfect target, that's not when you want a brutal outcome. So we'll see where it goes. Yes, Elias.
That's another 8.
8 successes. Perfect. So, 8 successes. You kick him off of you. Your neck is torn open, but you've started to already heal some of it. And what you throw the lance into, Sweets, is into the gas tank of this SUV. And the gas begins spilling everywhere. Lorelei, it's your turn, and you see this happen. Now, you could run over to Elias and heal him, you could run over to Sweets and heal him, or you could do something with that fucking gas on the ground.
Yeah, in my little witchy bag of tricks, do I have a lighter?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now we're surrounded by the forest, but you know.
Casual forest fire.
Tactical forest fire.
Tactical forest fire? That seems really bad.
Well, right now, Hannah and Maggie are having a great time. It's just like when they were fighting those Black Spiral Dancers. They're tag teaming, tearing this one get in half. Just like old times, which was a few days ago.
Lorelei will yell out so the whole pack can hear her. This is a distraction. We need to move in, get back here, and then I'll chuck the lighter.
Okay. If you're not going to warn them before chucking it, which is fine.
I should do that. I should probably do that.
Well, if you warn them, you might warn everyone else.
Right.
So, and that's fine if you don't warn them. So from Sweets and Hannah and Elias and Maggie, I'm going to need wits and awareness. Remember your rage. And then I'm going to need dex athletics. Lorelei, I also need a dex athletics from you. So you don't accidentally blow yourself up.
When I went to Krenos, did that max out my rage?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Maggie rolled 4 successes for wits and awareness. Whoa! And critted out for dex athletics. She's gone.
Wits and awareness, 3 successes.
Minimum
Dex,
amount.
Dex and athletics, 5 on a crit.
Perfect. You're out. You see the lighter go. You know what's happening. You're gone. Hannah? 1 for wits and awareness. You don't see the lighter, and you're focused. You don't need to make me that dex athletics roll. You're focused on killing this get. You see Maggie take off, but you think she's just taking off to go on another target. You're gonna get your kill so you don't go into a frenzy later. What about you, Elias?
3 successes on the wits and awareness.
That's enough.
And then, I'm counting. Crit +1 +2. 6 successes on the dex athletics.
More than enough. And you, Lorelei. Dex athletics.
4.
4 is exactly the amount that I needed. Okay, so unfortunately, Hannah, as this happens and you tear his throat out and you're like, all right, who's next? The car in front of you explodes and you go flying off into another direction. You're going to take 3 points of aggravated damage, and it's fire damage, and that's bad. You smell your own flesh, you smell the singeing of your own flesh, but that is going to remove the majority of these get. They're not all dead, only one of them is dead. However, you need to get the hell out of here. And Lorelei, it's up to you to take them. You need to obviously go. Hannah went flying in the opposite direction, so you need to grab her, but you guys need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'll go into Lupus, Hair's Leap towards Hannah to grab her, or to lead her.
Make me a rage check. Now, you can't... No, you never went Krynos. Is that correct?
No.
Awesome. All right. What's your rage?
I failed the rage, so it's at 3 now.
I believe you're at 5. Are you not?
I was at 4.
You're at 4? Oh, you... I see. I see. You failed... You failed the rage check, so you're at 3. Yes, you're correct. You are correct. All right, so you grab Hana with Hair's Leap. Perfect. And Elias and Sweets and Maggie can meet up with you, and you can lead them all into the cairn. Let's check up on Timber. Timber, this is extremely painful. On top of that, it's silver. You're in your human form, so the silver's not going to burn you, but you know if you switch to any of your Garu forms, the silver will hurt you. I need you to let me know right now if you're making that choice or not.
I think because it's Timber, she's basically gonna reach back and start fighting, even if it is in human form, but it's turning back to look at what stabbed her first.
Sure. You're gonna take... How many dots in health do you have?
Let's see. I have 5.
Okay. You're going to fill that up with aggravated damage. And
Okay.
you are not going to be able to fight.
Okay.
Because right now, you've been punctured through an organ.
Okay.
Which one Timber wouldn't really know. One of them.
I have 1 rage too, so
Mhm. You may increase your rage for being attacked. Everyone may increase their rage.
okay. And in that case, then with enough rage, Timber would try and switch to Krynos, knowing that it's...
You may make me
Gonna
those 2
hurt.
rage checks.
And also, is it nighttime? Because Moon quickened.
It is nighttime.
Nice. Success. And a failure.
All right. You can switch to Krynos form. And you may heal.
Healing. Yeah, we're gonna
But
heal.
you can't until you remove that sword.
So it's jumping forward off the sword.
Well, the sword is just stuck into you.
Oh, it's just in me?
Now, you could
Neat.
grab it by the silver blade, but that will hurt. Or you can try and reach behind you.
She's gonna try and reach behind her and pull it out.
You reach behind you. What touches you is a hand. And he takes the sword and he pulls it upwards through your shoulder and your collarbone and your neck. You're in Krynos now, so you have 4 extra points of damage. 2 more aggravated damage. If you leave Krynos form without healing yourself, Timber, you will die.
Yeah. At least
Do
it
you,
was
as he does that, do you
right?
do you make a noise? Do you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. Timber howls, like scream howls.
Everyone can hear the howling as you re-enter into the cairn. And of course, Sweets, it is just as horrible as Lilette showed you.
Heard. More pertinent question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to spend a willpower to stay in Krynos now, or later?
I will let you know.
Okay.
Hana's the only one right now who could leave it without going into frenzy. At the moment, the enemy music is still playing. I'm not requiring it.
Got it. Cool. Taken off towards Timber.
You don't see Timber. You just hear her howling, so you're going to head off to the direction of her howling.
Just gonna look to Lorelei.
Yeah, I was muted. I was swapped to Hispo and raced off towards the sound.
Rage check.
Failure.
Failure. All right. I need my Theurges to spend me a point of willpower, which will be fun if everyone is Krynos. Spend me a point of willpower and roll me intelligence and wisdom as you run. I assume the rest in their Krynos forms running towards the howling.
5 successes on a crit.
Perfect.
3 successes.
Also perfect. Both of
Yay.
you see as you run. Now that you're inside of the cairn, and you can see it in the way it's represented in the Umbra and the way it's represented in the real world. The real world, of course, it's rotten and corrupted and horrible. In the Umbra, it's also corrupted, but it's still a place of spiritual power. But the spiritual power is being dimmed. It's corrupted, of course, but it's being dimmed, it's being drained, it's being sucked on, and it's being sucked on by these massive pipes that connect to a concrete building that Hannah saw when you were here and buried Lillette. The concrete building is not here. It's in the Umbra.
That's those pipes.
I see them.
We need to. That building that I saw, they're connected to them.
And I need an intelligence and occult now, please.
Both of us?
Or wits and occult, rather. Based on what you know, based on what you have learned, based on what the people have told you. Before we rescue Timber from getting beheaded, hopefully.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed, everyone.
I did roll for healing, so.
Great.
So 4 successes, but I also got 2 teeth.
Oh, that's a brutal outcome. That's not going to help you. Brain can't think. Brain is scared. Brain is angry. Can't think.
Yep.
6 on a crit.
So perfect. So Hannah, you're just like fucking goddamn buildings, whatever. I don't know what it means.
I just got blown up.
Yeah, you just got blown up. Your fur's all singed. Oh, you
My
can heal.
ears are probably still ringing.
You can heal, by the way. You could spend. You can make a rage check to heal 2 of that aggravated damage. Lorelei, nice on everything that. Yeah, drop a rage. Everything that has happened, you can put together that. Marcel has been working with the mages, with April specifically, this fucking mechanical bird that was here, and the warehouse was compromised, and you don't know how Maggie was healed, and you don't know, how you found out Ilva was a woolworker. All these pieces are missing, and Sweets has told you that that Ilva told him that April has done something terrible. You're starting to get the feeling that this concrete building is somehow attached to the woolworkers. It's somehow attached to April, that April is sucking out the spiritual energy of this cairn. For whatever purpose, you have no idea. But you know that this cairn will not be able to be saved until that is taken care of.
Noted.
So you race off to Timber, and you see Timber on her knees in her Krynos form, and you see standing above her is Marcel Nightmist in his Glabro form, about to decapitate her. Sweets rolled the highest, so Sweets, your action first.
I think Sweets is going to enact a gift. She's
Which
going
would be?
to call upon his connection to, funnily enough, a wolf spirit.
The ancestral conviction?
No, Fangs of Judgment.
Fangs of Judgment, even better. Fangs of Judgment, yes, honor and resolve. Thank you, Luna.
You're so welcome.
So that's going to be a big 9 dice.
And it can only be used on one target. Luckily, you only have Marcel here.
Yeah. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes, 1 crit, 1 teeth.
All right. So, what do you say? This comes from a predator spirit, most often a wolf spirit. What is it that you say that you call upon? What is it that causes everyone to become more bolstered in their damage?
I think Sweets will just raise both of his hands and hold them out to the sides. And Crimson Howler would call out and force these spirits to come aid him. Since the Sweetwater opens himself fully to the wisdom and the tirelessness and the relentlessness of Northwind, and I think this icy cold wind blows into the cairn from behind him.
You all feel that. You all feel emboldened, bolstered in your attacks. However, that does nothing to stop Marcel from removing Timber's head. Elias, what do you do?
Target acquired.
Well,
Elias
if we
do
don't,
what Elias does best.
if we don't get to, if Hana doesn't do something after you, then Timber's losing her head.
Yeah, no, target acquired. We're murdering him.
Sure.
Yeah, there is nothing special or fancy about it. That's just gonna be strength and brawl for his ass.
Go for it. Remember your extra dice for being in Krynos? I need to make him really...
I mean, technically, with the stabbing, he issued a challenge.
True.
Yeah.
Got him.
I'm pretty much going to do the same thing if there's any way you want to tag team this.
Yep, Hannah, go ahead. Hannah, go ahead and make that roll. Go ahead and make that roll. What about you, Lorelei? What are you doing?
I hair's leap on his ass, like knock him away.
You don't
from
say
Timber.
anything, you just hair's leap. Alright, a rage check, strength and glory, make it count. Don't get a brutal.
Okay.
You'll miss.
Holy shit. That is 7 successes on a crit.
Great. What you, Elias?
12 successes on 2 crits.
Awesome. Oh, thank God.
I was watching that. He
This
just
is-
fully panicked, being like, "Yep, there goes Timber's head."
I was literally writing an obituary right now.
Oh, thank God. I rolled
This is.
a double brutal outcome.
Oh my god.
Except 4 rage. Yep, Lorelei, what'd you roll?
Not nearly as cool for
4, not nearly as cool. 4. Well, that's,
what
you know,
Elliot does
okay,
best.
so here's what happens. Marcel lifts the sword up, hears Sweets, and goes to, or sees Sweets rather, and goes to slice off Timber's head. Elias and Hana, you waste no time. You race in and begin fighting him with teeth and claw. He has a silver sword, however, and with 2 brutal outcomes, he begins slashing wildly at the both of you. Please, both of you, take 2 points of aggravated damage as your claws and your parts of your neck get sliced haphazardly with the sword. Lorelei, you jump on top of him, and that's going to also make it difficult for him to move around with that sword. So let me change that to both of you take 1 point of aggravated damage from errant swings. And Lorelei, right now you are on top of him in his Glabro form. Timber, you are injured, extremely so. Would you like to heal?
Yeah, I have to heal. I have to, otherwise I'm dead.
Were
So,
Anna and I able to heal
I
alongside?
rolled. I
You
guess-
you can retroactively. Hana healed. You can retroactively make me a rage check at the top of your turn.
Copy, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you may also retroactively at the top of your turn do that.
I
Okay.
healed.
Okay, so now you just have a regular full track and not
Yeah.
all of it. Right. All right. Perfect. So it-
Does that take my whole turn?
No. You heal at the top of the turn.
Okay. Okay. Sweet. Guy is embraced because I'm bringing him and that sword to the ground.
Gaia's embrace.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gaia's embrace. That is a rage check. And that's all you need.
Okay.
Failure or success. Success. So as Lorelei, as you're on top of him, suddenly he slams down onto the ground as Timber stares at him. Sweets, what are you doing?
Now that the gift is going, I'm going in with claws. and in the primal tongue, as Sweets charges in, he'll just scream, "Where is your wolf now?"
Strength and brawl. Lorelei, as you're on top of him on the ground, you feel his body begin to shift and move and change. He shifts to Krynos form, and you see the silver sword get cast aside. Everyone remember that? Get cast aside, and his claws become the same color as the sword. He's going to go for you because you're on top of him. I will allow for you to make a Dex Athletics. Make it count.
Okay.
Because your father has claws of silver.
Yeah, what a guy.
What a guy.
God.
I was expecting a Marcel, stop. Let's have a role-playing conversation, but nah, we're werewolves.
Oh no, I was gonna get there, and then Timber first.
But we're
then
werewolves, and we like
But
to
we're
fuck
werewolves.
shit up. I need Lorelei to make this roll before we do anything else. Before I get to Sweets' roll, I'm so sorry.
Well, I had 3 dice,
Yes.
and I rolled 3 successes.
Great. That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he reaches backwards with his silver claws and scratches you across the face. It burns. It feels awful. Take 5 points of aggravated damage, as
Okay.
you are going to now be at a disadvantage because he is going to blind you.
Okay.
As your face burns and you scream. Lorelei, you're not in Krynos. What does that put you at health-wise?
That fills up my health chart.
Perfect. You are going to need to shift to you're going to need to heal at the top of your turn, and then perhaps switch to Krynos for extra health. Sweets, what
Absolutely.
did you roll?
A brutal outcome.
A brutal outcome. Well, here's the problem there. Lorelei is on top of him at the moment. He's just slashed her in the face. You're going in for a brutal outcome to attack him. You're going to hit Lorelei as well. You're going to go over and around through Lorelei if you have to. And so Lorelei, as that fills up your health track, I will allow you to heal now.
Yep. Let's do
Or
that.
shift to Krynos. Pick one.
I'll shift to Krynos.
2 rage checks.
Successes.
All right. You're going to take 2 more points of aggravated damage as Sweets practically knocks you off of Marcel and out of the way and injures you with his own claws as he goes in to attack. Elias, Hana, what are you doing? Start with Elias.
I'm gonna use the Talon.
Are you really? The way that it is used is you must stab it into the person you are planning to use it against.
Yep.
Make me a wits and melee. Hana, what are you doing?
This is a lot that's happening. And I think seeing Lorelei being thrown off and in the state that she's in, going to position herself between Marcel Sweets and
Lorelei?
yeah.
All right. At the moment, Timber, there's nothing you can do because you need to concentrate on Gaia's embrace to keep him down on the ground. Which is where he is.
I would also like to heal if that's okay.
Yes! Lorelei, you may also begin to heal. Right now, Lorelei is crawling on the ground, screaming because her face is on fire and she's blind.
Do I need to make
Oh, can I help her with that?
rage check because it lasts for 1 round? If I'm reading that right.
Yes, we're still in the round.
Okay.
We haven't gotten back to you yet.
Can I help Lorelei with that? Or is moving into position going to be the only thing I can do?
You don't have Mother's Touch or anything like that, so you can't heal her, though. No. You can...
I might like put the fire out.
Oh, no,
No,
it's a burning from silver.
Oh, okay.
His silver claws. What did you roll, Elias?
What? Okay, so what are the fangs? Is that brutal outcomes?
Yes.
Okay, 7 successes, 2 fangs.
That's a brutal outcome.
Okay.
Here's what happens.
There's a crit, if that helps.
Here's what happens.
Yep.
Sweets, you're also in a brutal outcome. Elias is going into a brutal outcome. This is not what I anticipated. This is not what I planned for. Make me a Dex Athletics, Sweets. You need 7 successes or more for Elias not to miss and hit you instead.
Yeah, yep.
Would you like to remind us what this knife does, Elias, that I gave to you many moons ago?
Yeah. I would highly suggest spending willpower if you have it. This plunges a wolf into Hirano.
8 successes. As you are tearing into Marcel Nightmist, tearing into his back as he's in a crouched position, now that you've jumped on top of him, narrowly you see Elias come down with the knife and narrowly plunge it directly into your own hand. At the last moment, you smack Elias's hand out of the way, and the knife goes flying. It clangs into the silver sword. Timber, make me another rage check to keep Marcel on the ground.
Success.
Now it's Marcel's turn.
Can I heal?
Yes. Can I heal? Yes. Always can heal at the top of your turn.
Yay!
That's our did you pay the 1 for this account.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And if possible, can Timber also start making her way over to the sword? Or...
At the moment, you need to stay where you are, just like with the Nexus Crawler, to keep it in place.
Gotcha.
When you became too injured to hold on to your Gaia's embrace, is when you began crawling with no rage in your human form towards the Umbra. Let us all recall. In true Timber fashion. Marcel, as you are tearing into his back, Sweets, begins singing a very strange song that you've never heard. You don't know what this is. You don't know what this means. And I need you to make me an intelligence and awareness roll. Make it count.
0.
Awesome. You are suddenly surrounded by enemies. Marcel is not your enemy. It is the Garou standing around you. Their fangs drip with blood and gore, and they look at you as if they are going to strike. You need to kill them. You need to kill them now. Everyone, please roll me one more d10. Not Sweets.
6.
7.
10.
You look at Timber, who's standing there, seems not to be moving, seems to be, maybe it's their leader, maybe Timber is the one controlling them, and you go for her first. Strength and Brawl. Timber, I need to know if you're going to move and let go of Gaia's embrace, or if you're going to stay there. Maggie is not anywhere around you. I need to make that perfectly clear. I meant to mention it, but I forgot. Because Maggie is the contingency in case Sweets dies here, which has almost happened.
Yeah.
What is your decision, Timber? I need it now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to drop. We're
You see
fighting the old man.
Sweets get off of Marcel, crouch low, and go to attack you. Sweets, what did you roll? 3? Timber. Dex Athletics.
All right. Dex Athletics. So much rage.
Lorelei, how is your health looking?
I got full Kranos, but everything else is filled up, so I could heal.
Mm-hmm. This is your
Do
turn.
that.
As this happens, you may heal. 5.
That's fine.
Easily, you can get out of the way, but Sweets isn't going to stop. Sweets lunges for you and misses. I need to know what you're going to do now.
Did Timber hear the song?
No. No one but Sweets heard the song.
What the song? Okay. She's going for Marcel. Wait, how close is Lorelei to Marcel?
Well, Lorelei's sort of writhing on the ground right now, blinded. Pretty close.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna need that health track filled before Lorelei won't be blind anymore. Health track cleared. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then it's gonna be fighting the old man. If
Yes.
he turned off.
How
yeah.
so?
She gonna try and pin him.
All right.
You know she's smaller, but
Strength and athletics. Sweets, you need to kill this Garu. She ducked out of your way. She needs to die.
While they're doing that, can I spend my whole turn healing? Or
Yes,
just
you
stop
can
there?
spend your whole turn
Okay,
healing.
That's what else.
Sweets, what are you doing? You are in full control of your sheet, just not your mind.
Well, I have one pertinent question outside of that really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Fangs of Judgment, does that drop on Marcel? So, okay. Alright. So everybody's damage is still up by 1 there. That's fine.
Correct.
Okay. Secondary question.
Marcel was totally not bolstered by a wool worker.
Um,
Much stronger than he should be.
do I feel like Sweets or do I feel like Crimson Howler?
For the sake of ease of roleplay, I'll say you feel like Crimson Howler.
In the most vicious manner they can, in Krynos form, they will drop to a 3-point with 1 leg forward, 1 leg back, and 1 leg on the ground, and they will press off and try and bite out Timber's stomach.
All right, that's a strength and athletics for you as well. That's a strength athletics. Elias, or no, excuse me, Hana. What are you doing?
I see this happening. Can I lunge myself at Sweets from behind? Like, as I assume I'm like looking at
Yeah.
Sweets' back right now. I would like to try to bind
Strength
him.
and athletics. Elias, what are you doing?
First top of the round, can I heal?
Yes, top of the round. Everyone can heal. My goodness.
Just
Sound like a broken
Smile
record, don't I?
yeah. Okay. Is Marcel still pinned?
No, he's standing up now.
Fuck, literally all of that. Is he still singing?
No, you didn't hear him sing. That was just for Sweets. You don't know what you song. Didn't hear him sing a song.
The knife is out of reach, same as the sword.
No, but if you go for it, someone might try and stop you. Come on, he's just one guy.
Where's Lorelei currently?
Writhing on the ground,
On
healing.
the ground.
Blinded.
I'm going to shout. Oh fuck! I'm just gonna shout the knife. The knife can end this, and then I will go in on Marcel. I have to.
You're not going for the knife.
Really
You're going for
suspense.
Marcel.
I'm going for Marcel.
Perfect. Marcel's going for you too, because you're the only one not occupied.
Come get this motherfucker! Catch these fucking hands!
Marcel is hitting above his rage. He's at 6 rage.
Oh,
Ooh, shit.
I don't give a fuck! Yes, I do!
Timber, what did you roll?
8
Sweets,
with a crit.
Sweets, what did you roll?
Before or after the fucking brutal outcome?
Hana, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10 on a crit.
Great. The
I
two
also
of
spent
you,
a willpower.
The two of you, it takes the two of you combined to hold down Sense the Sweetwater. He is feral, growling, snarling. His maw is covered with very thick, viscous sweat, and he is chomping at you. He is, you're all animals. You're all werewolves, but he is as more animalistic than you've ever seen him before. And you know that if you even falter for a moment and give up any strength to hold him down on the ground, he will tear into you without a second thought, and you don't know what's happening. Do either of you attempt to say anything to him?
Sweets. It's me. It's Hana. What are you doing? It's okay.
All you hear from them is how telling you is how they're going to rip your guts out and wear your rib cage as a hat, all sorts of horrible things that they're saying to you.
Yeah, I think in this moment, in the primal tongue, it's just, I'll rip your head off and piss in it. I'll tear you to pieces. I'll feed you to the wolves.
Elias, what did you roll?
13 successes on a crit.
13 to 13. You two are locked like lovers. You two are locked in battle.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Claw to claw, fang to fang. No one is giving any edge here. No one is ceding any ground. It's very hot. Both of you have long dark hair, and it's just, blowing in your Krenos form.
Where's the fan art, baby? Where's the fan art?
I would do my best to catch his eyes and just kind of force him to look at me and say, "I've come for your heart, Marcel." And with every blow, just giving everything I can.
Lorelei, you are fully healed.
Yes.
What is your plan of action now?
That
hurt. Stay away
Get
from those
her
claws.
roll back. Yeah, except I'm not, because fuck them.
You heard Elias say the knife will end this.
Yes. So I will I'll survey what's going on, and then I heard the knife, I see the knife, and I will go grab the knife. And I will attempt to...
Same roll?
Same roll, yeah.
Wits and melee. Timber and Hana, please, till we get Lorelei's roll. One more strength and athletics. Sweets, you as well. For sure.
How about brawl? How about if we just beat up the old man?
Nope. Strength and athletics.
Sick.
Hype.
Cool. Hype.
Hey, so about that,
Yeah.
that's a double brutal.
Oh, great. Well, Hana's definitely going to be doing that. How about you, Timber?
4 successes, but no teeth.
Okay, and you rolled 1 success? Sweet. Okay, so here's what Timber's decision's got to be. Hana, with your double brutal, you hear all these horrible things that Sweets is saying, and something in you is filled with rage. Please increase your rage, and let me know if that puts you over 5, by the way.
That does. That puts me at 6.
That puts you at 6 rage, so I need you to remove a point of willpower every time I tell you to.
I have 2 left.
And you just start wailing on Sweets. You start beating down on him. Sweets, where's your health at?
Ooh, what a great question, because I haven't healed in the last 2 rounds, because I've been going psycho mode, baby. Let's see.
This is beautiful.
I have 8 levels open.
Okay, well, you're going to take 2 points of aggravated damage as Hana just starts wailing on you. And Timber, I'm only going to give him 2 for now, because Timber, I'm going to allow you to either use your 4 successes to continue to hold Sweets down while Hana beats on him, or for you to attempt to stop Hana.
Look,
It's all going really good, guys. This is going really, really good. He's just one guy, guys.
Timber's mind. Sweets can take this. Sweets.
I can't wait to tell Marcus about this later. Okay, so you're going to continue holding Sweets down while Hana beats him around the face and neck.
What are friends for?
Kicking him in the face and body. Yes.
Don't worry, Dad. I love you.
Fuck you, Dad.
All right, perfect. Lorelei, your roll, please.
5 on a crit.
5 on a crit. He's distracted by Elias. He's going to have a penalty to his dice. Let's hope 5 on a crit is enough.
I hope so.
He's at 6 rage.
Wait, we shouldn't be wiggling our fingers.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do the wiggles go back?
I don't know if they go the other way.
I feel like we should all flip off the
Homophobic.
camera, but I don't think.
You pull the wiggle.
Oh,
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Fuck you, Marcel!
You take the knife. Where do you jam it into him?
just center back.
Center back. Elias, as you're locked, like lovers, as you're locked in battle with Marcel, you see him just rear back and almost go, like, paralyzed. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Rigid is the word I'm looking for. And you see Lorelei's red hair from her red fur. And you see that she has grabbed the knife and she has jammed it into Marcel. Sweets, you are released from your psycho song problem that you were having, and you come to yourself as Hana's still beating you and kicking you in the face and body. And you all watch Marcel slowly, ever so slowly, fall from his Krynos form into his Homid form. And collapse down to the ground.
Okay, I thought you had something.
go
As he
for it.
falls, I'll like kind of take a knee to go down with him, like almost still holding the knife as he goes down. And then I'll look at him and catch his eyes, and in the primal tongue, full of rage, just say, "You really fucked up, Dad."
Where you stabbed him, with 5 successes and a crit, you have paralyzed him. He cannot move, and he is very injured. And he says, "Not when I made you, baby girl."
Stop. You don't get to be this. You don't get to do this. You don't get to say that or call me that anymore.
Sweets, I need to know if you're going to stop Hana, because she's going to keep going. You're going to take more injury.
I was gonna ask if Squeets stopped like fighting back because
Yeah, Sweets is gonna drop to Hamid form.
Timber is
Oh,
going to cover Sweets' body with her.
I'm on his back.
I know. Just like push the old man to the side. Just Hana, no, stop.
Can I snap out of it with that?
Yes.
I think she's not going to say anything. I think she's just going to like pull herself back and like look at what she did to Sweets during that too, and then look to Lorelei and Marcel, and just she's going to sit in this for a moment and just let it happen.
Sweets, please remove all of your rage and remove me a point of willpower, because you did not kill anyone.
Can do.
Marcel's bleeding from the mouth. And he looks up at you, Lorelei, and of course all of you can gather around the dying Marcel, and he says, "Do what you were made for. Kill your enemies."
We'll retrieve the silver sword.
The handle is not made of silver.
Where did you get that, Night Mist?
Give me one good reason I should tell you a goddamn thing, Crimson Howler.
Because I am not Crimson Howler.
Could have fooled me.
I didn't. For the sake of your mother, tell me, where did you get that? I thought they were all destroyed.
The will workers will make the world anew. And will save it in a way that you all will fail spectacularly at.
Your fight is over, brother.
So's yours.
Why should I give you the easy way out? After everything you did to me and to them. What you were doing when we crossed into here? To think I was going to talk to you? Why should I kill you and return you to wherever the fuck you're going?
Because it's what you were born for.
You don't determine that for me.
Not anymore.
I could just...
Lorelei, if you kill him here, his spirit will remain here.
Yeah.
He was
So
he was my brother once.
So we throw him outside and kill him there.
If vengeance is what you seek.
Morgan has always taught me to make things right.
Then do what you must.
I guess.
How is Marcel looking while we're having this conversation?
He's dying.
Okay. All right. Just like do it already kind of. Yeah. Okay. All right.
He cares
can't
very
move.
little. He can't move. He can't shift. He can't ever be Garu again. And he knows that. Inherently so. He's dying, and he doesn't seem to care very much either way.
I would like to use Mind Speak to talk to Lorelei.
Sure. You're still in Krenos, correct?
I am not. I don't think I'd be able to keep it.
Right. You haven't killed anyone, so unless you want to make a frenzy check for me, you need to spend a point of willpower to leave Krenos.
Okay.
Lose all your rage.
Done.
I'll do the same.
I'm gonna just one more time heal, and then drop to Hamid.
Lose all your rage, Elias.
Yeah.
Spend me another point of willpower to use Mind Speak.
We're doing so good right now.
Yeah, and resolve and glory.
Never been more successful.
Or resolve and wisdom, whatever the fuck it is. Resolve and wisdom. Not resolve and glory, resolve and wisdom.
Solid wisdom.
As this is all beginning to take place,
Before you say anything, Hana, are you staying in Krenos? Or did you already drop?
I have a question that's pertinent for
Yeah.
that. Is he the one again that killed everybody at the youth home?
Yes.
I'm staying in
One
Krenos.
of. It's the leader of
staying
the
in-
Call of Fenris.
Yeah, for right now I'm gonna stay in Krenos.
Sure. Spend me a point of willpower.
I have one left. No.
Good.
can Sweets make the way of the old wolf and slip away and head towards Boar?
Yes.
Then I will camouflage myself for free and go.
Elias, did you roll at least a success?
Yes, thank God.
You may speak to whoever it is that you want to speak to.
Yeah, to Lorelei. We've already made it right. It's up to you if you want to kill him, but he'll never shift again. He likely won't get out of here on his own anyway. You don't need to be cruel.
Anna is still in Krenos form right next to you. Lorelei looking at Marcel as well, and then is going to look at you. There's going to be a little bit of a growl undertone. I'm at 6 rage. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you are. Oh, yeah. As you need to... That last willpower, gone.
Okay.
Being above 5 rage, and being in Krenos with no fight going on, that leaves you at 0 willpower.
If you're not going to kill him, I will. Lorelei.
There's not a choice you get to make. Hannah eat the spiral. And you would do well to remember who your fucking pack leader is. Temper your rage.
You tried to take everything from me, and you failed. And I'm making this right.
I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way for Hana to resist going into a frenzy. So Hana's going to kill someone. The only people here are you. So if you don't do that at this point, it's going to end up happening anyway. Hana's got to kill something. Hana has no willpower left and can't make me a willpower roll to resist frenzy. Can't do it.
Yeah, I say we let Hana kill Marcel at this point. Especially
not to force it into you, but it's gonna, whether Lorelei does not want this to happen, I'm gonna let you know right now that Hana is going to do it because there is nothing I can do as the storyteller to fix this frenzy for you.
No,
I can take
so,
Nana.
No.
I'm saying
We're
to
not gonna be a
leave frenzy, she will have to kill. And then you can let her off into the city of Berlin, race off into the city of Berlin and kill some random person. Kill one of you. Start killing any get that's alive out there, I guess. Or kill Marcel.
okay. So, at this point, she'll, with tears forming in her eyes, she'll say, I think, any options for mercy are no longer here, and those are the consequences of your actions. But I was going to do it clean, but I'm sorry. This is the way it has to be.
The way of the wolf, he says.
I will never be like you.
Never is a long time, Lorelei.
It's a shame you won't get to see me be better. And I'll stand up and I'll look at Hana and I'll just jerk my head.
Do you want it here in the cairn or outside?
Just do it. Just do it.
She's gonna look at Marcel. She's gonna grab him by the neck, lift him up. I don't want you in here with my mother. We'll rip his fucking throat out, let him start bleeding out, and then...
Perfect. And then you toss him over into the parking lot out there. Parking lot. All right, let's check in on Sweets. Sweets, he slipped away to go look for Maggie, look for Boar. And Maggie is with Boar. You come across the glade. You pass by the broken statues of the patron spirits, long covered in black, corrupted goo. And Maggie is on the ground with Boar. And he is rotted into the ground in the glen here. And he's speaking to her, and he's speaking to her in the voice of Eyes of Frost. And Maggie is weeping. And she looks up at you and she says, "We have to save him, Crimson."
And we will. Together.
I'm not strong enough.
I am.
We are.
I held your fire, your wolf. I held it in my hands, waiting for you. I know how hot it burns. Together. For our old friend.
Do you do as you see only the head of Boar here in the glen?
Sweets will reach a hand out, where in that vision he saw the broken off tusk of Boar.
Mm-hmm. Boar is tuskless now.
Reach his hand in his mouth. I am here, brother.
You hear the voice of Eyes of Frost come out of Boar's mouth and say, "Took you long enough."
Yes, too long. Tell me what I have to do.
Give up your spirit. Feed it to Boar.
Yes.
The rest of the pack, you go searching now for sweets, relying on your nose. Of course, you pass by all of these spirits, and of course, unfortunately, Hana, you don't know what your mother looks like. You don't know which one could possibly be her. But even if you did know what she looks like, it quickly becomes apparent that these spirits don't know that you're here. They either don't see you or don't acknowledge you, one of them. As you go racing off, you come across the glen, and of course, Lorelei, you recognize this glen. You saw this glen both in its prime and in its decay now, with the rotting head of Boar. Maggie and Sweets are on their knees, and you watch Sweets put his hand on Boar and bring his head down low onto Boar's head. And you watch Sweets' pallor, the color of his skin, start turning colorless and turning gray. The graying hair, or the gray hair, is turning completely white. Maggie is doing the same. Her graying, curly hair starts turning completely white as she presses herself against Crimson, or against Sweets, and against Boar. And as they do this, Boar starts regenerating. The head starts reforming its body. The tusks begin to grow. Sweets, I'll allow you to say anything last thing before you give up your spirit entirely to Boar.
I think Sweets will take one last look behind him at these pups that he's brought together. These worthy ascendant Garu. Knowing that no longer they were never heirs to a shattered nation. They were founders of their own sept, of their own nation, that they never belonged to this thing that broke under the guidance of wolves like Crimson Howler. And he will look back at them one last time. And he'll just smile. He'll say nothing. Just smile at them very sweetly.
And as Sweet smiles at you very sweetly as you come across the scene, his body collapses.
Timber books it for Sweets.
Maggie's hand reaches out and grabs you suddenly. It's frail, it's weak. And she says to you, Timber, call the moon. Take Boar from this place. Take us home. And Maggie, too, collapses. As Boar stands up from the glen, regenerated.
Timber starts sobbing as she crouches down into her lupus form, and that wailing becomes a howl as she uses Silverlight to call the moon here.
Lorelei, do you do the same?
Yes, Lorelei will, with now tears streaming down her face as well, walk over to Timber and shift to Lupus as she's walking and do the same.
So you howl for the silver light of Luna. You may both make me intelligence and glory rolls, please. Elias and Hana, you're looking at the bodies of Sweets and Maggie and a regenerated Boar. Do you say anything? Do you do anything?
I think after everything, Hana is just unable to find words. And it's just crying.
What about you, Elias?
I think Elias is holding back tears and is just angry. Just just holding back anger and sadness, and it's just him trying to be a rock amidst all of this.
I think
Bor opens his mouth and he says, "There's no time for tears, kids. We gotta get the hell out of here." Timber and Lorelei, what did you roll?
5.
4.
Who has willpower?
Okay. Okay.
I need
All
one
right.
more success.
I got 2 more successes.
Whoa.
Perfect. Both of you howl together, a song that you don't even know, a song that you are just making up as you go along. You're pleading, begging for the moon to open her door, to open her bridge, to allow you to escape with the spirit and Incarna of the patron spirit of Stag. You call, you beg, you plead in your lupus form, you cry. Nothing happens, and you feel alone and helpless and doomed, and you don't know what to do. And you think you need to maybe take the bodies of Sweets and Maggies back to the cairn. How will you get Bor? You don't know. And then a bright light encompasses all 4 of you. It shines down on you. Elias, you've only ever heard about this from the old Garu at Sept of the Bloodfist. It's a door made of silvery light. And it appears to you opened. Bor walks right to it and says, "Nice song," and heads right through it.
I'll very carefully pick up Maggie's body and just look to Elias for
Go.
and I'll walk through.
Yeah, Timber's watching to make sure that Sweets and Maggie are taken home too. She made Sweets a promise. And walks through. On the moon bridge.
On the moon bridge. And you walk on moonlight back to the cairn that you all call home. And right here we're going to pause because we're going to switch our scene back to about 30 minutes ago. Marcus, you don't know how long you've been having this same dream. You've been walking in a forest by a lake, around the lake over and over and over again. Sometimes you've heard the voice of your sister, Tiara, calling your name. Sometimes you've heard the voice of your mother, Margot. Often you've heard the voice of your father, Crimson Howler, asking you to wake up, begging you to wake up, and you don't understand. You're awake. And you're here, wherever it is that you are, wandering, compelled to walk around this lake over and over and over again. The last thing that you remember is a day at Threadbare in Berlin, working with Timber. You were supposed to do something with Timber. You don't remember what it was. Something to do in the shop, maybe inventory, something that you were supposed to do with Timber, but you just don't remember. Eventually, you see a woman standing in the middle of the lake. And she calls out to you. Marcus.
Who are you?
Put your feet on the water and walk.
That is for the werewolves. It's not for me.
Put your feet on the water, wolf, and walk.
And I think in that moment, Marcus will step out onto the water.
You do not sink. You stand.
She chose me. You chose me. After all this time. Why now? Why now?
The woman stares back at you. Do not make me repeat myself again.
He will walk towards her.
As you approach, the woman seems to get larger, or maybe you're getting smaller. And from the water emerges a Pegasus, a horse with wings that lifts her up effortlessly onto its back. The woman is completely naked and drenched from the water. Her long hair covers her breasts and dangles down below her feet, the tips of it touching the very surface of the water. On your knees, Marcus.
He'll get down on his knee.
My daughter, Lorelei Savagewind, called on me to save your life. So now, you are mine.
I will honor the deals that Lorelei has made.
Follow me always. Marcus Nebelstreif, son of Crimson Howler. The Pegasus rears up and hits you in the face. And as it does so, you awake in a bed in the cairn.
Marcus will sit up, bolt upright.
Your body is racked with pain. And as you touch your bare chest, you feel horrific scars coursing all through your body. You don't know where this came from or why.
Marcus will kind of stumble out of the bed, unable to really kind of hold his weight on his legs.
You hear a commotion happening outside of the cairn. You hear the voice of your sister, Tiara, runs without a pack, saying, "The moon bridge! The moon bridge! I can see it!"
Stumble to the door. Shaky hands, open it and kind of stumble out into the cairn.
All four of you cross the moon bridge into the cairn of Monse, the Sept of Monse. Elias, you have sensed the Sweetwater's body in your arms. Hannah, you have Death Takes Last's body in your arms. And Bor walks proudly and confidently into the cairn. He turns to face all four of you and says, "Good job, kids. Keep it up, yeah? I'll be around." And he evaporates. Tiara Hardrain, Crookpaw, and licks the wound, runs up to you, and Tiara grabs onto you, Lorelei, and says, "How did you do it? How did you open the moon bridge?"
We made a promise to the moon, and the moon blessed us with a gift.
And then Tiara notices the bodies of her parents. Without meaning to, she begins wailing as her hands cover her mouth, looking at the both of them. She turns to Yasmin between barely grasped breaths and says, "Make sure my children don't see this." And Timber, that is when you look beyond the very few Garu who are gathered here, and you see Marcus standing by his cabin. He's not wearing a shirt. vivisection scars are still there, but he is awake.
Marcus?
Timber. And I think Marcus kind of like falls at that point.
You are in an incredible amount of pain. You've never felt pain like this in your life. And all of you now can see that Marcus is awake.
No, that means that, no, the deal. No. And Timber just gonna kind of collapse onto Elias and Sweets' body.
Hannah and Lorelei, you both have your penumbral senses still activated from when you were in the cairn, and as you look at Marcus, both of you see a refracted image standing behind him of a person you recognize as Gorgon, Lorelei. And Hannah, you see a woman completely drenched in water with long hair, completely nude, standing right behind Marcus.
Who's that?
She chose him.
He's Garu now.
He walks a similar path as I. Marcus.
Why does it hurt? Everything hurts.
Can you help him, Lorelei?
Yeah. And I'll go over to Marcus. I'll help him up and help bring him to a seat closer to all of us.
That is Marcus when you see your sister Tiara covering her mouth so she does not weep out loud, so that her children do not hear. And you see the bodies of your parents.
Mama. Papa. And he'll just fall on them.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
sorry.
What happened to them?
I'm sorry.
Tell me what happened.
They saved Boar.
Did it?
Old Wolf gave up himself to make good.
They did it. They saved Boar. Where is he? I need to see him.
Or gone, Sweet's gone, that takes last gone.
No, that's not how he explained it to me.
Boar is gone for now.
The boar will be close.
They succeeded in what they had to do, so yes,
They did it.
Yeah.
They did.
since these must be tears of joy. They will live forever with Boar. This is how Papa explained it to us when we were children.
Tiara wraps her arms around you and begins sobbing into you, Marcus.
Sister, it's all right. It's all right. It's just their bodies, their spirit. It's here. It's here with us. It's all right.
Marcus, the pain is horrific as Tiara leans on you. You can't hold her up.
I think Marcus will fall on the ground.
The pain is making you angry. And you begin to shift and change to your Krynos form. And as Marcus becomes the werewolf, the war form, his fur is completely jet black. But there's something else wrong with it. Would you like to tell us what that is, Marcus?
His eyes glow bright orange like flames, and there are patches of sickly, slightly pulsing green fur.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Why?
Marcus, who are you going to attack first? Tiara, I assume, since she's closest.
Yeah, I mean, he's really not in control.
Not right now.
First change. Open his jaws around her head and shut them.
And Tiara screams out into the cairn, causes Yasmin to turn around. Crookpaw and Hardrain jump right immediately into action. Does anyone do anything?
Yeah, Timber's
I'm gonna-
tackling Marcus to the ground.
Probably
Yeah,
this before.
Hana?
I'm going to go run into it and try to put myself in between Marcus and Tiara.
Elias, Lorelei?
Take his bow, try to do the same thing I did to Marcel, tackle him to the ground.
All right. Everyone make me strength and athletics. Elias, are you doing anything?
I still have the sword on me.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can shift really. So I'm gonna.
You can drop the sword. Drop and put Sweets' body down.
Yeah, I will do that and try to pin Marcus.
I assume I'm at 0 rage because I left.
Everyone is. Everyone's at 0 rage. You're all doing this in your Hamid forms, unless you'd like to take a box of Harano or a box of Hoglosk.
Oh, that's no.
Considering everything that just happened,
You'll take a box of Hoglosk?
I already have a box of Harano as well, which is interesting.
That's fine.
So
what? It's
you know,
finale.
let's balance it out. I'll take a box of Hogloss.
Alright, that puts you at 5 rage.
Yeah, I'll shift into
Marcus,
into
would you make
Glabro
me
form.
a strength and brawl so I can see how much damage you're going to do to Tiara in her Hamid form?
Sure. Do you want me to do Moonriled as well?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so that bumps my rage up 1 initially. Does that take it over the 5?
Yep, takes it to 6.
And this is a physical test, so I get the 2 bonus dice in Glabro
Yep.
form, right? Okay, just make sure.
What'd you roll, Timber? What'd you roll, Lorelei?
3.
7. What'd you roll, Elias?
Also 3.
10. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we get 17.
Timber's just in shock. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6.
6. You're going to do a significant amount of damage to Tiara. You're going to dislocate her shoulder and break her collarbone. And her scream is horrific. Lorelei, I will allow you to use that successes to run over and help Tiara.
Yeah, I will. I'll get her out of the way and then use Mother's Touch.
Mm-hmm. The 3 of you tackle Marcus and stop him from tearing into Tiara. But you're ravenous. You want to kill, you want to tear, you want to bite, you want to kill. However, your father, Daddy Crookpaw, sings the Song of Tranquility in his Hispo form. And everyone, please remove all of your rage as you all hear it. And Marcus, you return to your Hamid form, having not killed in your first change, but having severely injured your sister.
I think as Marcus comes back, the other thing that becomes readily apparent is that his claws don't fully go away. They are thick and black and sharp at the ends of his human fingers. What happened?
You transformed. You shifted. Tiara's... I'm going to turn around at that and look and see what's going on with Tiara. And
Lorelei is in the process of healing her.
Yes.
I think Timber's still grasp on to Marcus and just staring at the claws and then his face.
All of you know
Claws.
that what he transformed into was not correct, was not normal.
Tiara, I'm so sorry. Tiara, are you okay?
I will be. Thank you.
I didn't mean to.
What was that though? What did you feel?
Didn't feel much of anything. I just read it out, I think. It's what Provan used to say about his first change. Everything just goes red. And where's Provan? Where's Viamini?
Marcus,
No, where is everyone?
They're gone, Marcus.
My friends. Okay.
Marcus has been in a coma for quite a long time.
Garu, don't cry. That's what Papa used to say. Okay.
Sweet cried all the goddamn time. What are you talking about?
It was a long time ago.
That was then. This is now. We don't talk about what happened before. We just move on. And Timber loses it. Just completely collapses. It's too much.
I think Hana's gonna embrace Timber and just try to comfort her.
Crookpaw comes up to you, Marcus, and pokes at your scars, and when he touches them, it hurts.
What's your problem?
What's wrong with you, boy? Gaia made you wrong.
You've been telling me that my entire life, you fucking bigot. Get out of my face.
Wormfoe. Why is he wrong?
I will determine that later.
Is it from the
now,
Bane
there
that
is-
was inside his body?
Maybe, but right now.
Talking about there's no Bane inside of me.
Maybe we get out the goo and it will fix him.
Is no more goo. Smell him. I smell no rot. You had Bane. You don't remember. You spit goo in my daughter's face.
That's enough.
That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Enough.
What?
We have Garu to bury.
I bury no guru while a maybe kind of looks like Black Spiral Dancer stands here.
Gorgon walks with him.
I've seen it too. I've seen Gorgon.
You sure it is not Whippoorwill?
I know my patron spirit.
And I trust Lorelei.
With the song?
Elias, we can't bury since the sweet water or death takes last. Falcon is a spirit of the sky. North wind is a spirit of the air. We must burn them so that they can be with their spirits.
Then let's do just that. Crookpaw, how is she?
Let's hope we don't have to burn 3.
Tell the rest to get the pyres ready. We honor warriors today.
And that is where we are going to end our finale of Bane and Blood for this evening. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Marcus.